Let's see.
Yeah, what'd you think about Raw on Netflix though?
Are you recording now?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, Punk and Rollins was really good. I kind of liked the tribal combat. I could have done without the shoehorning of the Cody and Kevin thing.
Yeah.
Um, Rhea just kind of killed Liv,
Mm-hmm.
and Jimmy. No, yeah, Jimmy and Drew was pretty much what I figured it would be. Although the finish kind of surprised me. Um, and that was the only one that didn't look like it had a definitive ending. Like we went into this year thinking like, oh man, is it going to be Rock and Cody? Is it going to be Rock and Roman? I don't think Rock's going to be at Mania. Period.
Yeah,
And
he's nice. I didn't like it.
yeah, full tilt babyface Rock because that was a Samoan high chief, you know. But so like I don't think Rock's going to be at Mania. Period. I at one point, but really wholeheartedly believed that Solo was going to win the Royal Rumble. Okay, and then the events of Survivor Series and Tribal Combat happened, and I don't even know if Solo's going to be on Mania. Like this looked done. Like that looked like it was over with. The only person that I think is definitely going to be around much longer, and hopefully I'm wrong because I do like Solo Sokoa. I like the Gorillas of Destiny kind of. But if your name's not Joseph Fat or sorry, no, not Joseph, Jacob Fatu, I'd really be wondering what the fuck I'm gonna be doing soon.
Yes. What is Tomatonga and Tongaloa?
Yes, the Gorillas of Destiny. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what they
yeah.
were in New Japan. I don't know if they have a name other than New Bloodline or whatever in
One of them wasn't
WWE
even
yet.
there.
Yeah, I think that isn't one of them hurt
Oh,
because
maybe.
like everybody got fucked up in the War Games. Bloodline actually fucked New Bloodline up in War Games.
Yeah. Yeah, two of their members, cause fucking Bronson Reed's out.
And
Not
I
sure.
also am now the firm belief that John Cena is going to win the Royal Rumble.
I keep
And he
seeing
might win the title at Mania, dude. He might do it.
I keep seeing things online. It's like John Cena wins the Rumble, but then the clock starts again, and The Rock comes out at 31, and
I
he's
I have seen like that leaked script of the Rumble, and like you
yeah,
can take that shit with a grain of salt. That's
yeah,
for all we know that shit that they leak on purpose. But it said Cena wins last eliminating The Rock, and I guess I could see that happening. I guess, but like I said, dude, The Rock led me to believe that that was it for him for a minute.
yeah. They were hugging,
Yeah,
praising,
he gave that belt away like that. That was like a big plot point.
but
And then he
it
hugged
doesn't make
Cody, and
sense.
he
It's because like Bad Blood, he comes at the end and he's
yeah,
doing that one, two,
he
three or
counted
whatever.
to four.
Yeah,
Yeah, he counted to four, and then he left. I don't know. Maybe they want me to believe that The Rock is just entirely leaving, and he's gonna do something swervy around the Rumble or Elimination Chamber season. I mean, we got plenty of time between now and Mania. Plenty of time to hopefully build a new challenger for Rhea Ripley because I don't think her feud with Liv Morgan is going to continue anymore. I think that was a solid ending of that feud. Like I swear, the Mania match I want to see is Rhea Ripley versus Dom, but we all know Dom's probably going to be wrestling like it'll be Dom and some other dude against Ray and fucking Pentagon or something.
also, my
It's
girl,
always going to end on Ray and Dom.
my girl Chelsea Green, she won't win the Rumble now because she's champion. So upsetting.
Well, yeah, let's say she's got a belt, like, and that's another thing going into Mania season, dude. Is there are two more women's belts now? We don't have one now. We'll have the women's intercontinental soon, but like there are now two mid card women's championships that most definitely need to be featured on the first Mania in their existence. They most definitely need to be featured there. So, and I don't know coming out of this, like I guess the Rumble will be very telling, but I don't really know who you can have go after Rhea now. I suppose like I don't know. I mean something with Bailey would be cool, but I'm pretty sure Bailey's on SmackDown.
Yes,
I
she
think Nia
is.
and Tiffany is a definite direction coming out of last Friday, which is I think one of the most beautiful, like the most beautifully told stories of a cash in years.
Yeah, it was awesome. Shout out Tiffany Stratton. Good for her.
Oh yeah, dude, that was awesome. That was
Okay,
so
so
cool.
the IC women's is either going to be Dakota Kai or Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, I don't really know that much about Lyra Valkyria. I like Dakota Kai from what bit I've seen of her over the years. I kind of liked the appearance and the aura, I guess, of damage control. Even after like they kicked Bailey out, I thought it was still pretty cool. I
That
don't know.
was a
Either
good
way,
that was a good storyline. I love the control kicking Bailey out, and Bailey's like, lagging behind them, and she hears them talking bad about her. And she's like, "What'd you say?" And they're like, "Oh, nothing." And then they
guess what?
speak in
Oh,
Japanese to each other.
yep, she can speak it. She's like John Cena. She knows 50 languages. But also, isn't there like the possibility of Becky coming back? Maybe that's a good
She just
challenger for
signed a new
Rhea.
3-year deal.
Okay, cool. Maybe
Charlotte
that's
Flair.
a good feud for Rhea.
Charlotte
Yeah, I
Flair's about
forgot
to
about
make
that
it to
as well
Rumble.
because it's still a belt that Charlotte hasn't held because I don't know. Well,
No,
it wasn't the
I
world
think
title when she
Charlotte.
held it
Yeah.
last. It was the
Do you know how many titles she
she
has?
last had the SmackDown belt, I think.
Dude, she has so
Wait,
many
what?
titles. Do you know how many titles she has?
I don't know. 'Cause they used to like back in 20 is it like 16, 17? She was losing the title on Raw and then would win the title back at the pay-per-view like 5 or 6 months in a row.
She's won the Raw WWE Championship 6 times and the SmackDown 7 times.
Okay.
She might
So that's
break
13. I feel
uh
like she at least should hit the 16 just because like
her
it'd be
dad.
so cool for Flair's daughter to also hit that. But I also don't know her situation. Like, is she doing okay? Is she healthy? Is her contract cool? Is she happy being in the company currently? Like, I don't know any of the backstage hubaloo and all that shit these days.
Alexa
I
Bliss
know that
returned. She'll be coming back soon.
oh, that'd be awesome. I know that the wrestling world is very, very unsimilar to the show we're reviewing today. They are not fans of Hulk Hogan.
Hell no, bro. And I love seeing the reports of like Hulk Hogan shocked and mad at not getting enough
Yeah,
um,
imagine. I can't believe it. Who could have
cheers.
foreseen this? Who could have foreseen this coming? Like a dude in LA who's like was, sporting his MAGA power shirt during the day and all that shit. In LA of all places. Who'd have thought that that dude would get booed? But what a telling moment because in today's like WWE climate, they're pretty much delivering in terms of, keeping the fans happy and like content, keeping us interested in the stories and stuff. Like the the fans haven't shit on the product itself in a long time. Like they haven't done anything that's like openly booing to be like, "Hey, we don't like this," or "Hey, stop pushing this guy." But this was like the first time in quite a while where they've just wholeheartedly shit on anything that was being presented to them.
I hope uh I hope everyone was happy for Jimmy Hart though. That's what I was happy for.
Just that he was there.
Yeah.
Poor dude, man. He just wanted to be on TV again. I didn't even realize he was there. Like the boos were so heavy. I was like, I had when this segment was happening, my phone was in my pocket and I was listening to it through my earbuds. So all I know is that Hogan was booed and he name dropped like 70 people who in probably other scenarios would have received applauses or cheers or a pop, but because it's Hulk Hogan saying them to try to get cheers or a praise and a pop, that he did not get it.
I don't know if anyone's told you, but the Iron Sheik account on Twitter is back up and
Oh
running.
yes. Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Hulk
happy
Hogan was
happy 2025 and to everyone, but fuck Hulk Hogan.
yep. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
God, man, I love him. Shout out to whoever's running this account.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, you ready to get in Survivor Series 1990?
Yeah, dude. Am I ever? I suppose it's been a few weeks
Hmm.
since I watched this because we got a little held back a bit because of the holidays, and then
Hmm.
I was not feeling great last week, and here we are, 2 weeks after I've watched Survivor Series 90.
What is this? Our third Survivor Series? Fourth Survivor Series?
Oh man, when was the first one? Was the first one 87?
87, 88. There's been a couple.
This is the fourth. This is the
Fourth
fourth.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, we are on Thanksgiving, November 22nd, 1990, at the Hartford Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. We have how many matches? I think we had five. Yeah, we had five
5 matches
matches.
and then one at the end.
Yep, and then
And
the
then there was a dark match where Shane Douglas defeated Buddy Rose. All
thank
right, we're moving
God
on.
I bet on Shane too, so that's good. Thank God. Oh my God. But yeah, honestly, let's start it out. So we get the intro. We get Vince McMahon. He's introducing all the teams like they normally do. They do the square by square, kind of like the Brady Bunch uh,
Yeah, I
opening.
like these, and I love the naming the teams. Like,
Yeah.
granted, most of the names are pretty like simple and very tongue in cheek and campy, but that shit kind of worked back then. And I just thought it was a good touch because the Warrior leads the Warriors, and then the $1 Million Team, and then you have one where the names aren't so obvious, like the Visionaries. I don't know, stuff like that was just really cool to me. I really enjoy the teams being named.
Yeah. No, I think it adds an extra element to it. I like it a lot as well. We have Gorilla Monsoon and Roddy Piper on commentary. Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. We'll never see Jesse Ventura again for a little bit, so that sucks
Well, not in a commentary role, I guess.
a lot. But hey, guess what? In real life, we'll see him on the 25th for Saturday Night Main Event. So
Great. All right.
that's good enough for me. Uh, what's in the egg? Shot of a big egg on a platter, on like a rolly cart. What's in the egg?
That's the big question that's on everybody's mind, and I think I wrote a note here, and I guess it's good that whoever popped out of this egg was not Saddam Hussein because like Piper goes on this crazy ass rant about hating Saddam Hussein like, in the middle of it, and I know it's probably something to do with Sergeant Slaughter, but this was like fucking intense for the beginning of a pay-per-view leading into what's in the egg, you know?
Yeah, they're very adamant. I think on the Wikipedia page it talks about yeah, it was during Operation Desert Shield in Iraq. So some
Mm.
crazy things were happening in the 90s, man. You're not even born yet. We're about what
No,
18 days away from your birth.
we're getting there. We're getting there. Mom's she's on the lookout. She's waiting for that water to break.
Yeah, she's like, get this
Um
motherfucker out of me.
the the WrestleMania 7 main event of Piper versus Saddam Hussein is probably going to be really cool.
Yeah. In a boxing match, I heard Saddam's
Probably.
a really good boxer. It's 10 rounds.
Yeah, that it'll main event the second city they run Mania in that year.
Oh my God, who knocked out Mike Tyson? What's his name?
Oh, Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas. Yep. He's the ref, so we're good. Uh,
Cool. He likes him probably. He hadn't had time to hate him yet.
jeez. Uh, but yeah, the catch of the night though, the survivors of the heel team or the babyface team, whoever survives the match, will be put in a match at the end of the night. It'll be the all heel survivor team versus the all face survivor team. So that's the big main event twist they got for you.
Did they ever explain like without using the words heel and babyface that they were doing that with the teams like because when you look at how it landed, it would have made like if it was any actual professional sport, like run in terms of without a storyline, like how things actually happen, professionally or like athletically, they'd have made that main event 4-on-4.
Yeah, yeah,
But it ends up being 5-on-3 because 5 of them are bad guys and 3 of them are good guys.
yeah.
Like,
And
did they
also,
ever
it's like,
actually explain that it would be like, all the? Because imagine like how they would explain this in 1990 in WWF. Like all the good guys that shit. No, they're no. It's all the no. All the hero. No. How do we do this? I can't. I don't know. I'm just picturing like a hard time. I'm having a hard time like picturing how they can. You see what I'm saying here, right?
yeah, yeah. I think they just are like, hey, do you guys remember the first ever Royal Rumble that we did, where the good guys only hit the good guys and the bad guys only hit the bad guys? That's what we're gonna do in the main event.
But this is like a direct just reference to the fact that it's scripted. These are characters, and there's a good guy and a bad guy side. Like this is a direct just slap in the face of that. Like not slap, but like it's hitting you over the head with this.
Yeah,
And I
and
know I'm just overthinking it,
no,
and
I mean,
it's me making a big deal out of this.
they
But
did a better job in the 2000s in a sense of it was just Raw versus SmackDown. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, eventually, like Survivor Series stops becoming. Oh, this is the month we have everybody in random tag matches, and eventually like the Survivor Series match, it doesn't become a Survivor Series match. It becomes the Survivor Series match, and there's like a big storyline thing to it. Like it's team Austin versus Team Bischoff, and if Austin wins, he gets to start beating the fuck out of people again. If he loses, he's out. He's gone for good. And then you have the year of like it's 5 heels and 5 baby faces, and the winning team gets like each of them get to be general manager for a week. So there's like storyline implications on it. This was like, oh, this is what we do on Thanksgiving. But that's just kind of what it is now. Like the Rumble isn't even the thing that the guy wins to go challenge the champion at Mania.
Right.
It's just the things we do now. We really only run 2 shows a year. It's SummerSlam and WrestleMania.
Yeah, the other one's just fillers. Um,
Yeah, it's just like here's what we do. These are the things we do on these months.
but the first match we have the Perfect Team, which is conspired of Axe, Crush, Mr. Perfect, and Smash, with their managers Bobby Heenan and Mr. Fuji, versus the Ultimate Warrior team, which has Animal, Hawk, the Texas Tornado, and the Ultimate Warrior. We get to see the Road Warriors again, which is fun. You know, the Legion of Doom.
And I love that even though they're not called the Road Warriors on this show, they're still paired with the Ultimate Warrior to be the Warriors, so they get to be Warriors again.
Yeah,
And then Texas Tornado is a Warrior. Cool.
yeah. Texas Tornado, I mean, who's it? As Kerry Von Erich.
Yeah.
Just I mean that he has a like a fake leg right now wrestling in the 90s. I mean, shout out to him.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's also like huge. He can
He is.
stand next to Warrior and not be dwarfed. Like this dude is gigantic. Also, Warrior's belt is now white. And I think that's a really clean look for that title. That looks really nice, I think.
John Cena's the only one who does the spinning belt, right? Like he makes it first.
Well, I mean, he'll turn it into the spinner, and then I think for a while it still technically spins, but eventually they just keep the design and it stops spinning. I don't really know when that starts because the spinning was like the Cena novelty when he won the U.S. title. So when he won the WWF title, or sorry, the WWE title afterwards, it was just naturally like, oh, we have to evolve the spinner belt into the big title now because Cena's the guy we're going with. I feel like by the time fuck, how long? Like by the time it was like in the Orton Triple H Batista bubble, But I think
Yeah.
by that time it had stopped spinning. Cause I remember specifically when RVD won it, he was like, "I'll keep this one. Check it out, dude. This one spins." And then he spun it, and then the Miz flipped it upside down, even though anyone could have done that, because it spins.
Oh god.
All
I'm
right.
trying to
Anyway,
think. Yeah,
so this match has a lot of face paint. Like there's so much face paint in this match.
yeah. Let me see if I can off the names by memorization. Uh, both the Road Warriors, Ultimate Warrior. Doesn't I think Axe Crush and Smash off like
Yeah,
that
all of
ACDC?
demolition.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of demolition.
Mr. Perfect and Tex Tornado the only two, right? That doesn't.
No, man, it would have been like Texas Tornado could have put on a little bit of Warrior face paint to go with it. You
Yeah.
know, I would like to see the teams take on a little bit of like the traits of their captain. So like it's the perfect team, yeah, but like Axe, Smash, and Crush come out with like with their own little towel, like Mr. Perfect trying to do the over the shoulder towel toss that he does or whatever. And I get his demolition, so it's a bad example. But like imagine the Visionaries and Warlord Hercules and Paul Roma all have the fucking arrogant spray.
Yeah, and just like I think last year when Team Hacksaw they all had 2x4s.
Yeah, they all had 2x4s. Yeah, like that shit was cool.
Yeah.
And Hulkamaniacs, all of them can just stop selling,
Yeah, of
which
course.
is
Come
kind of
on.
what they do anyway. And then like imagine the Vipers, right? All four of them come out with bags, but you don't know which bag has the actual snake. Imagine that shit.
That would have been good. Yeah. And they fake you out the whole time.
Yeah, they fake you out the whole time, and it leads to a big DDT, But or sorry, a double count out or some shit because that match had to be a shutout. Man, we were doing everything to not talk about this first match.
Well, what'd you think about it?
I mean, it was honestly like as far as a Survivor Series match went, like I uh I liked it because it was simple and it wasn't 30, 45 minutes long because this match was the first time. I think there's something similar to this in every match where instead of throwing all of the tag teams into one giant clusterfuck with 40 fucking people, they're split up into the other matches. So this match has Demolition and the Road Warriors, and the next match will have Power and Glory and the Rockers, instead of all of the teams being in the same match and it being just such a mess. Like with these, none of these matches drag that long. Like I actually kind of quite enjoyed uh this match. See where I'm trying to like find the actual notes I have of what I thought about the match because it's a lot of like play by play. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
What do you got? You
Uh,
tell me what you think of the match.
yeah. So a lot of double teaming going on at the beginning of this, and then
Yeah, well, there's a whole
basically,
trio in here.
basically all hell starts to break loose. They're fighting inside the ring, outside the ring, and all of a sudden, the Ultimate Warrior team literally atomic drops everyone on the perfect team. Double team atomic drops. Ultimate Warrior hit like three of them. Texas Tornado hit one. Um,
Oh yeah, like they do the thing where he does the atomic drop
mhm,
and he just jumps into the arms of the next guy to take the next atomic drop. That
yeah.
was pretty cool.
And then I skipped to our first elimination. We have Ultimate Warrior. He hits his finisher. What is this finish? What would you call it? It's just like,
It's just a splash, isn't it?
yeah,
Like
the Warrior
warrior splash. I
Splash.
don't know. He just splashes.
He hits his finisher on Axe and pins him to eliminate him. One,
Yeah,
two,
pretty
three.
quickly. It's like 323. Not like quickly, but I mean, it was there. Because the first few minutes of the match really weren't anything as far as action. It was just a lot of uh a lot of big dudes like posing and screaming and working around in a circle until we got to the big elimination.
Trying to think, it's like, who's your favorite? Axe, Crush,
Of
or
what?
Smash?
Um okay, I'm pretty sure the guy I my okay, let me make sure I got the right one cuz yeah, I think right now Axe is my favorite of Demolition. Um I think he has like the best promos when he gets to talk,
Okay.
and like I don't know, he just demolitions better than the other two demolition guys in my opinion. He comes off as the leader, I think, and I don't think he's necessarily supposed to. I think it's just that like they're all supposed to come off as equals. He just kind of sticks out to me. I think like Axe would be my preferred of the three, I suppose.
Okay. I'm gonna go with newcomer crush or new member crush. I mean, and the reasoning is, he's the biggest one out of the three, longest hair, and I think he looks the scariest.
You're gonna get a good run out of Crush, and he'll have different names over the years, but Crush will be around for a while. Rest in peace though. But Crush will be around for a while.
Does Crush stay with Demolition?
Um, no, he'll be on his own for a while. I think he might be with Demolition until there isn't a Demolition to be with. I really don't remember. Because that kind of wrapped up before I became like a diehard wrestling fan that kept up with everything.
Yeah.
And this will be in that last little section that's like blurry until we catch up to that. Like Crush has a feud with Randy Savage at some point to look forward to, and he'll eventually wind up on WCW. Pretty sure he'll be a member of the group called Chronic.
Chronic, like the pain
Yeah,
people have. uh,
yeah, yeah. That's exactly what they're referencing. Yeah,
but yeah, and then all of a sudden, they're fighting a little bit. We have the Legion of Doom and Demolition.
yeah.
Both, all four people get into the ring. They're just literally just beating the shit out of each other. I think it was Hawk literally throws the referee away from him, like get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah,
They continue fighting, and when the ref gets up, he's like, you know what, fuck this, and then he rings the bell, and all four members are eliminated. Both Legion of Doom,
yeah.
Animal and Hawk, and then Crush and Smash are all eliminated. So now we're down to 2-1 in favors of the Warriors. It's Ultimate Warrior, Tex Tornado versus Mr. Perfect. Literally, I cannot believe like we just saw four people get eliminated at once. I think it's the most that we've seen so far in our
Yeah,
Survivor
dude,
Series review. But
refs love disqualifying the big dudes. Like they love that shit. They cannot get enough of that shit.
oh yeah,
This ref just picked up a fucking like if he was playing Halo right now, his his game would go overkill. This dude got four fucking kills
that's
in
insane.
one in just in one swift swing of his arm at that towards the timekeeper.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
most eliminations of the night will absolutely go to the referee. This guy is not done.
Oh for sure. Uh, And what's funny is the Warriors in, so it's Warrior and Mr. Perfect face off, but Mr. Perfect's like, I want him. I want the Texas Tornado. He stole my title. And so he tags him in, and Texas Tornado jumps in the ring, and then they start fighting.
Yeah, he basically goes, "Hey, come here. I got to get a pinfall on Tornado before you go over."
Hmm.
And they said, "Okay."
He
Uh,
Tornado hit him with a spinning whatever tornado spinning punch or whatever he does. And then it sends Mr. Perfect
because
onto
he's
the
a
floor.
tornado.
Yeah.
He's a tornado. That's what happens. Because he's a real tornado,
Hmm.
and that's what they do. They spin. And they knock things over because they're crazy, crazy wild tornadoes.
And then
Mr. Perfect can only survive because he's so perfect.
never lost in my eyes. And then so we see Bobby Heenan go in there to intervene like he always has to. So Ultimate Warrior grabs him, does the meeting of the minds with him and Mr. Perfect. Uh, and then what do you do? Oh, and then Mr. Warrior, Mr. Warrior, what the hell? Uh,
Mr. Warrior.
Mr. I'm gonna fuck it. Mr. Warrior, he like tosses
Yeah.
Heenan over the barricade. Um, and then Perfect moves out of the way, and Ultimate Warrior hits the corner, or Mr. Warrior, sorry. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then
It's Mr.
so
Warrior.
Mr. Perfect and Tornado are fighting back in the ring, and then apparently there's an exposed turnbuckle uh,
Right. I don't know when this happened.
out of the blue. Uh, But Mr.
Got
Perfect,
me.
he he throws Tex Tornado face first into it, and then he pins him after he does the perfect plex on him. So now it's down to Ultimate Warrior versus Mr. Perfect. Uh, we've seen this before, right? Haven't we seen Ultimate Warrior versus Mr. Perfect?
Yeah. I believe this was this not how like the last Survivor Series went, or was this like we've seen this before. Like that had some serious
Oh,
deja
the
vu because he
Rumble.
even hits. It might have been because he even hits like the perfect plex, and Warrior just gets out.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. Uh,
And then he hulks up and wins. Yeah, that's
yeah, what's stupid though is like, Warrior's running after him, and of course, Mr. Perfect moves out of the way, and he gets hit by the exposed turnbuckle too. That randomly happened. Uh, yeah, and the perfect plex Warrior kicks out, and it's like, damn, how do you drop out of a guy who's literally Mr. Perfect? And then Perfect nails a clothesline, and then Warrior starts warring up, like you mentioned, starts fucking him up, and then he hits his flying shoulder tackle in the splash. 1, 2, 3. The Ultimate Warrior wins and moves on to the main event. Just
thank
him,
God.
no one else.
Just him. Yeah. So I mean, it was a fine Survivor Series match. It was simple, nothing like too crazy or spectacular. I thought Warrior opening was strange, but then at the same time, he will be in the main event anyway, so whatever. Um, and I know we were like making fun of the referee just clearing out half of the match in one like just in one motion. But the double DQ was, I think, definitely the right call because it's far too messy with Demolition and LOD right now with eliminations and like all this other shit that we for a feud that we're not anywhere close to having an actual finish on. Like if you had let Smash get over on Hawk, then you'd be like, oh, can Animal overcome Smash and Crush on his own? And then you have that bullshit. Fuck all that. They let him just keep fighting. Let us not know who would have got the first elimination and could the other fight from underneath. We don't need all that shit. It's just a tag team. So just it's a tag team feud. So just get them both out of there at the same time. Uh, Perfect. He got a really good showing, and he got to keep his like I would say top of the mid card heel status alive. So yeah, nothing like overly spectacular, but as far as the match itself went, like really solid. I thought really well put together and really well booked.
Fuck yeah. Are we gonna see a lot of Demolition and LOD matches? I'd assume,
I
right?
honestly don't know, but like I just hope we see more than we saw of Demolition versus Powers of Pain because I felt like those two teams feuded for years, and I saw them wrestle fucking one time.
Oh. Hmm.
But hopefully we get to see this more than that. But also, Legion of Doom is probably a better tag team than Powers of Pain. Although I did not dislike Powers of Pain, I thought they were pretty solid when they were together. Both of them are in this met or in this on the show, by the way,
Powers of Pain?
aren't they? No, wait. Do we have
It's
Barbarian?
a different barbarian.
It's a what?
Isn't that a different barbarian?
No, it's the same Barbarian.
That's the same barbarian, warlord and barbarian.
Yeah,
Why is he dressed all differently?
because he's not a Power of Pain anymore. He's just a barbarian. He can
Hmm.
actually be a barbarian now instead of
Hmm.
a guy who embodies a barbarian but has to dress like a LOD ripoff. He can just be a barbarian now.
Well, okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was a different dude. Totally different guy.
Moving on up in the world, man.
Uh,
He's embracing his true side.
but so we move on. We have the $1 million team interview, of course, because we can't go a night without a DiBiase promo, in which we need.
You know, if you have him there, why wouldn't you give him the microphone? Just let him have it.
Hmm. And they're being interviewed by Sean Mooney, and they're like, he's like, everyone has a price, and wait till you see our fourth guy, man. Oh, he is something else. Uh, I'm Ted DiBiase, and I approve this message. Ted DiBiase's son, Ted Jr. Yikes, right?
I don't know what happened to that guy because I know he was like in trouble for something, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was $40 million tax fraud.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Well,
he
that's
was
kind of rough. We probably talked about that on this show before, and I
probably,
just
yeah.
forget.
In the state I live in,
Well,
I'm
it,
pretty sure, Mississippi. Poor Ted
oh
DiBiase.
fuck. Okay. Well, it doesn't stop his father from having great promos 30 years ago. Because this was cool. You're just one more bird that's gonna get plucked and stuff this holiday. Great line. He's DiBiase's still a great promo. Not that that's shocking or that I would expect any less. Like I just really enjoy every time I get to see a Ted DiBiase promo. And you know, on all those Survivor Series ago when we saw the first Ted DiBiase promo. So here we are, all these years, or sorry, these few years later. Ted DiBiase giving us yet another significant Survivor Series moment because Landon, we've made it here, man. After all the years of WWE time or WWF time, and the year or so that we've been doing this podcast, we have here we go. We have been talking about this moment, and
Yeah, and we
it's
know
here, buddy.
wrestling is getting good now, man. Wrestling is getting
Yeah.
good.
Well, we know it's going to get good. We still have a one person has to figure out exactly who and what the Undertaker is. But we do know we're gonna get there.
I need some tag team members to break up, some people to go solo, and I'm ready for this shit to take off like a rocket, bro. Uh, but yeah, so this next match, uh, well, first of all, let's talk about the intros. Uh, we have the Rhythm and Blues brothers. They come out together in their hunky burning love, right? Is that what it was? Hunky
Yeah, it's
hunky
like honky love.
hunka honky love. Yes.
Yeah,
Uh, platinum, diamond, however much they go, that song should be the most
yeah,
played song in
whatever
the
it
world.
was. Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
whatever it is, it wasn't enough.
and then Ted DiBiase, of course, but they have a fourth member, and like you mentioned, it is the Undertaker. He's here with his manager, Brother Love.
Yeah, thank God they had to give him somebody, and they gave him fucking Brother Love. Thank God, Brother Love's here. Yeah, awesome, cool.
Mark Callis
Yeah, Mean Mark Callis has jumped ship.
versus the Dream Team, which comprised of Dusty Rhodes, Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, and Coco Beware. Now, what I thought was crazy was Dusty versus Ted, and then like 16 years later, both their sons are in a tag team together. It's just crazy. The
Yeah, they were
nepotism in
tag
wrestling is
champions at
real.
one point.
Nepotism in wrestling. We should do a deep dive on nepotism in wrestling.
Oh, hey, well, I mean, that kind of shit's gonna exist wherever you go, you know.
Yeah. And I wrote, so Ted, he's the one who introduces The Undertaker. And it's crazy how no one really knows what this motherfucker is going to do for the sport of
No,
wrestling.
this honest to God, this moment, like not knowing if you, I don't know, like I can't. It's hard to look at this moment and not know that this is the Undertaker and what is about to happen with this character. Because if you take all of that away, this moment is awkward as fuck.
Yeah.
Because like this dude doesn't really quite know what his character is yet, but he has the passion that's gonna get him there. He for now he's an emotionless funeral parlor director who kind of walks like a zombie, and that's enough. It's mysterious enough to provoke intrigue, and it'll just leave you curious enough to see how the fuck he fills his character out and watch it evolve because this character is gonna undergo some changes over the years, man. We're gonna have like funeral parlor to just a flat out zombie to a demonic overlord to a badass biker
Yeah,
uh
literally, American
to
Badass just showed up on Raw on Netflix.
oh
It's the
yeah,
first
thank
ever
God.
show.
That's what I needed. I was just like, come on, man, this Rhea Ripley segment's awesome. I just need some Undertaker. Can I just bong? Ah.
Yeah, I mean, literally
That was cool.
35 years later, he's still
I just
making a difference.
I like that moment was Rhea Ripley overcomes on her own, and then Undertaker comes out to be like, "Hell yeah, that was awesome! I'm gonna raise my hand with you and let everybody know that the Undertaker thinks you're cool." Because, like, 10 years ago, WWE Undertaker would have saved her from somebody,
Yeah,
and then she'd have been like, "Oh, thank God the Undertaker was here to save me. I'd have never survived on my own." Like, man, seeing WWE like become such a fantastic, awesome product lately has been awesome. I'm very high on like WWE product these days, man.
nothing's
I
bad
think it's the
stuff.
best it's ever been.
Really, that's awesome.
I think so.
I love that. Uh, but yeah, we
but
start we
but it
start the
wasn't was the
match.
Undertaker. Or sorry, was 1990 with this Undertaker debut.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, he actually starts the match.
versus Bret Hart of all people.
Yeah, like, is that not cool? Like, the first
It is
time
so
Undertaker
cool.
wrestled in WWF was against Bret Hart, and it's just kind of like glossed over. But he just beats everybody's asses, as you can imagine. And then Coco eats shit on the top rope, and then gets like the first ever and the worst ever tombstone pile driver. That shit looked fucking bad,
Hmm.
dude.
Wait a
And
second.
I love that Monsoon just happened to know the name of it, even though he didn't know who this dude even was, and until 3 minutes ago.
Do you want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
Undertaker's
What's up?
first WWE match, November 22nd, 1990. Undertaker's last WWE match, November 22nd, 2020.
Yeah, that they were always gonna make sure that was like around the Survivor Series years.
That's
Are there
crazy.
there are there like house show listings or whatever at the beginning of his like cage match record, whatever the fuck you're looking at, where
I was just on
he was
I just
he was
Googled
named
Undertaker.
oh, okay.
Let's
Where he
see.
was named Kane the Undertaker.
Let's see.
Because that was like
Yep.
his original thing was that he was Kane the Undertaker.
Yeah, I got Kane the Undertaker, Texas Red Jack, Punisher Dice Morgan, Master of Pain, Mean Mark Callis, and Commando.
Thank God the Undertaker thing worked out.
Yeah.
That dude got a fucking weird list of weird gimmicks that they tried out on him, didn't they? And this is the one that he made work, dude. Fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
hmm I'm trying
So the dude
to
that is impervious to pain and killing everybody on the other team, they tag him out.
Hey, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'm gonna call out someone real quick. Someone commented on his cage match profile. His name's the Northeast. He posted on 12/11. Everyone's sending this guy hate. He says he says I think if we are honest with ourselves, Undertaker's popularity is more due to his longevity of his career rather than his actual skills, promo, match, or impact he had on wrestling itself.
Yeah, wait until we get to like post 2000s Undertaker and you fucking tell me that shit, bro. Like Undertaker, yeah, Undertaker never is gonna be like having the most technically sound matches or even doing like the craziest shit. But Undertaker always has like the coolest fucking.
What?
He always had really cool stories to him. His gimmick is just like it's so strong in the sense of we all know this dude's not teleporting or using magic or living off of the power of an urn or whatever the fuck it is that we're
He
supposed
was
to believe.
he was that skilled where he could maneuver like that
Yeah.
and make it look
Well,
awesome.
it's just he made the gimmick work so much that we just didn't care because wrestling's all about the suspension of disbelief. Like I know they're not actually trying to hurt each other or fight each other. I know that these guys don't actually dislike each other in most cases, not all. And then I know that Undertaker isn't this like undead zombie. And in most cases, you know that you can probably guess in most cases who is or is not going to win a match because there's a lot of times where it's like this guy's challenging for the title because we're building to the actual challenger at the bigger show.
Right.
But it's the suspension of disbelief that makes you like, he can do it, he can do it. This shit's real or whatever. Oh, that was real. I can tell by how hard he was hitting him. But with Undertaker, you just never fucking care. You're like, yeah, yeah, Undertaker teleported, cool, whatever. That's why the lights are off, so I'm not gonna see him do it. Like, because it's the fucking Undertaker, because he's awesome. Every time, it doesn't matter. Like, tell me an Undertaker move, and then it's like it doesn't matter what the answer is because you're gonna say choke slam, old school, maybe Snake Eyes, Last Ride, Tombstone. All that shit is what mattered. You remember that shit. You remember like the fuse where he overcame, Great Khali or the Big Show, or the fuse with Kane include like Inferno matches or throwing Mankind off the fucking cell. And all of that is you're gonna tell me none of that shit mattered and none of that shit was cool. I only thought it was cool because the motherfucker had been here a while. Kiss my
Here's
ass, dude.
well,
Get
here's
the
what it
fuck out of
says.
here.
His next line is, he was a below average worker who was tall and didn't have a good match from 1990 to 96 until Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and Mankind began carrying his ass.
Okay, cool. Who gives a fuck how
Mm-mm.
good somebody is at wrestling? You know who also was a alleged below average wrestler? Fucking John Cena. John Cena was the star of the show, the biggest star in the world, and still fought through chants of you can't wrestle, and it's because he was a great performer,
Mm-hmm.
not because he'd been here forever. Cena now can do the shit that he can go and cut the promos he cuts now and get the reaction he does because of the longevity. Because if it would have been the actual prime Cena days, that promo we cut on Monday would have got him booed out of the fucking building.
I was trying to think.
But because the products go ahead.
Every time someone says "Let's go" something, like they're chanting or something, they're like "Let's go" some
Yeah,
sports team. I always want to respond with "Cena sucks" because literally growing up, it was
yeah,
always "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks." So every time,
yeah.
literally someone says "Let's go" something, I always want to say "Cena sucks."
See,
But
like
yeah,
shit like that. Like
again,
Cena wasn't the best wrestler, but it was the fact that he was a great performer, and that's what the Undertaker was over the years. Undertaker was like the greatest character in WWFE history, and I don't think there's any fucking debating that. To the point where in 2024 or five, like modern era, there aren't any real characters left except the Undertaker. I know he's not around now, but like when he was here, like before he retired or was done for good, he was the last character.
yep. And also,
Anyway,
just one
yeah,
more time,
everyone send that motherfucker hate mail. You're
yeah,
right,
his
dude.
his name
Send that
is
motherfucker hate mail.
his name is the Northeast. If you go to Undertaker's profile and cage match, everyone fucking just write him bad comments, bro. Fuck this
and,
guy.
and it's like you're allowed to your dumbass opinion, but you're entitled to that dumbass opinion, but I'm also entitled to the opinion that you should receive a fuck ton of hate mail for
I
it.
agree. Fuck that guy. Fuck you, Northeast. All right, I'm getting off it. I can't. I don't want to read it anymore.
Yeah. So anyway, Dusty and
Yeah. So
uh,
yeah. So Bret Hart and Undertaker, they start the match.
well,
And
we already
then
got the heat eliminated Coco Beware.
Coco Beware. Yep. Tombstone eliminated. It's
Yeah, and
four
then they tag
three.
Undertaker out.
Yep.
So the match isn't going to be fun anymore.
No, no, it's not. No, now go get your popcorn, everyone. Uh, but yeah, Coco Beware is eliminated by the Undertaker. Greg Valentine gets tagged in. He's fighting Dusty Rhodes, who's not dressed up in his polka dot outfits anymore. Shout out Dusty. He's just wearing the what do you speedo? Not speedo, but what do you wear? What do you call it?
The trunks.
Trunks. Yes.
Yeah,
Um.
just your typical, just standard trunks.
Yep. Uh. And so Bret Hart's tagged in, and he's fighting Greg Valentine, and then Greg tags in Honky Tonk Man, uh, where him and Bret they were fighting for a little bit. Uh, Honky Tonk Man he was celebrating, and Neidhart nailed him with a power slam and pinned him. Fuck
Yep.
them, fuck you WWF. Honky Tonk Man should not only have less than 5 minutes of screen time. That's the most bullshit I've ever seen.
That's your
Uh,
that's your longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, dude.
Dude, literally until 2024. It took fucking 34 years for that record to be broken. And you give this man 10 seconds of screen time. He's not a bad wrestler. He's awesome.
Dude, we love him, dude. He's like, but that's his problem though. Is he's so good at this. He's so good at getting his ass kicked and being embarrassed by it and throwing a fit over it. He's so good at this.
Dude, I'm gonna have to watch the main events. Not like the main Saturday night main event that we watch or whatever. I'm gonna have to watch the main events because that's like that's their equivalent to Raw. You know what I mean? I need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
just so I can watch more honky tonk.
I need to watch Honky Tonk Man beat the living fuck out of a jobber.
Me too, bro. Like for 5 to 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, maybe. Just beat his ass and give me the fucking is it the shake rattle and roll? Is it the thing where he
Yes.
like the neck breaker where he twists like 7 times and then finally goes? He
Hmm.
rocks back and forth. Yeah. So
Well,
while this is happening, I just can't help but think like, Undertaker basically proved he could solo the match, and all three of the heels were like, "Nah, dude, it's okay. It's all right."
we don't need you, brother. Uh,
Yeah. So Dusty's giving DiBiase some elbows in the corner.
yeah,
Virgil pulls Anvil's leg, and then he goes down to a fucking clothesline.
yeah.
Jim Anvil, who last show was like, "Cause I'm tough, like an anvil."
Hmm.
Get it? Well, he lost to a clothesline.
And yeah, was eliminated by Ted DiBiase. Uh, hmm. I think
Mark, after this point, Mark Callis comes in and remembers, "Oh shit, I'm the Undertaker now." Watching him like try to figure out what the Undertaker does, like he'll take a step and he'll be like, "No, that's not right, fuck," and he'll take like a more Robotronic step, and he's like, "Fuck, a little too stiff," and then he gets one, he's like, "All right, that's it, that's it." Like you can watch it, you can see his brain process it. Like, how do I be the Undertaker?
uh-uh.
Really interesting to watch. I can't wait to see more Undertaker matches.
Yeah, he almost does an old school move right here. But
Yep,
he does a double axe handle, and
he starts to. He starts to.
yeah, he walks a little, and he eliminates Dusty Rhodes. So now we're in a 1v3 situation, uh, for our guy Bret Hart, who is now fighting against the Undertaker, Ted DiBiase, and who's uh Greg Valentine.
I
Uh,
I love the situations like these, where a babyface who's not really an established main eventer gets left alone, and they're like, "Hey,
they're teasing
watch
it.
this motherfucker wrestle."
They're teasing it.
And yeah, this time they picked Bret Hart. Do you remember the first time I remember this happening was the first Survivor Series when Hulk Hogan got disqualified and Bam Bam Bigelow was left on his own and eliminated like two or three of the heels by himself
And
until it was down
that
to
was
him and
the big
Andre.
one. That was like the big, yeah. It was
Yeah,
Andre, it was Akeem, and someone else. They were big boys.
yeah. Like he took all of that shit out on his own until he got down to Andre, and they kind of did this with Bret Hart here, but he wasn't getting that Undertaker elimination.
Hmm.
Um, so the referee had to do that one for him.
Yeah. So basically, what happens was, uh, Brother Love, he was doing some stomps on Dusty on the outside, and then Dusty Rhodes just started chasing after his ass. So the Undertaker's like, "Wait, that's my manager." So Undertaker runs up the ramp, starts beating up on Dusty Rhodes, choked
I
him out a
guess
little
I
bit,
hate this.
and Dusty Rhodes basically eliminates the Undertaker by countout,
Yeah,
technically.
by by hey, here boy, here boy, here boy, here boy.
Yeah, come get a treat.
Yeah.
And
I
then
want that treat.
yeah, which is weird, right? It was
Now the ref got his fifth elimination of the night. That's all
yeah,
that was.
but that's
And then Valentine tries to go for the figure four. Brett reverses it to get that elimination.
yep. So now we're down to 1v1 Brett versus Ted DiBiase.
Yep.
Um,
They start fighting outside. Brett does the atomic drop, right?
yep,
And then DiBiase flies like
over the
over
top rope.
top.
Yeah, scary ass fall.
Yeah, dude, I love Teddy DiBiase selling. But then they're fighting outside, and then the ref starts counting, dude, and I'm like, no, please, don't do it, don't do it. But they get back in. They get back in.
Yeah,
My
what are you
every
doing?
time. every time, depending on the mood, my heart either starts like skipping beats or my eyes roll to the back of my skull. Like it's it's never in the middle. It's always one of the extremes.
And what's funny was whenever yeah, like when Brett goes out, I don't know if you mentioned it, but he literally jumps over the top rope onto him on the outside. Uh,
Yeah, he like he atomic drops him into a house show dive. It was so fucking weird.
and then we get into the ring and Virgil's holding up Brett, and then Ted's going for a drop kick, accidentally kicks Virgil instead of Ted. Brett then hits a high crossbody, but they do the '90s roll where Ted reverses it on the ground and pins Brett for the win. You don't really see that often, I feel like, but you see a lot of these like high crossbody, but I'm gonna keep flipping with you.
Yeah,
Ricky Steamboat does it all the time.
yeah. Ricky Steamboat was like winning with it.
Well, I want to
Uh,
see him and Bam Bam again. We haven't seen them in a minute.
I but what'd you think about this match in general though? Like
It was cool seeing the Undertaker.
take away everything you know is gonna happen with the Undertaker. Like he's gonna have a great career. We're gonna get to see all of it. And it's gonna be awesome. But like take that knowledge away from this match. Like how did you feel about the match?
Uh,
Yeah,
my problem is I like the setting last year where if you were in a tag team, you didn't have to be with your tag team partner.
yeah.
Uh,
They did split some of them up last year. Yeah, the Hearts. Yeah, Brett and Jim were on different teams last year. That's right.
yeah.
Forgot about that.
I like that more, because you kind of see them more as like their own solo act instead of having to see like no offense to Jim Neidhart, great wrestler, but I mean I'd rather just watch Brett. You know what I mean?
I mean, you kind of got that here though. Like Jim Neidhart was gone within like 5.5 minutes, and then
Yeah.
Brett got like 8 minutes to himself almost.
Well, Jim's about to leave in '91. He's about to get fired, so
Yeah, and Bret Hart's going to the fucking moon.
that's what I'm excited about.
It'll take a minute to get there, but like
It was okay.
but
I don't. I think I
so
enjoyed Mr. Perfect versus Texas Tornado and Ultimate Warrior better.
I definitely enjoyed the first match better.
Yeah.
But I thought that like the Undertaker debut was cool to see, but if I think if you take away how we know that's going to happen, I don't know if I'm excited to see more of the Undertaker coming out of this. I think he's definitely intriguing and he's interesting and there's some like it's not just your typical like oh here's the newest big dude that Hogan's gonna beat next month, you know. It's
Yeah.
different than that. Like there's definitely some intent here, and knowing that this character is gonna work out is very very reassuring. But like
Yeah, like he's not
I
about to
I
get his ass
honestly
kicked like Earthquake, right?
fuck no. And let's be real, if we weren't doing this shit at the end where all the survivors had to be in one match, Undertaker would have just cleaned the house here and should have killed all four of them. But you can't do that because then Undertaker and whoever the heels managed and whoever the heels couldn't manage to beat before he killed all four of them on his own would have to be in the ultimate survivor match or whatever, and you don't want to go ahead and put Undertaker in the same ring as Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan just yet. So you really kind of like hinder how much you can do to get the Undertaker over here to where you have to come up with some dumbass idea to get him disqualified. And
Hmm.
I don't know if I like that it was Undertaker chasing down the guy chasing down Brother Love. It would make more sense if it was Paul Bearer later on in life, but I guess you got to do what you got to do here. But I just really hated that Undertaker had to get eliminated. It would have been so much cooler had he just killed all four of the baby faces.
Yeah, though. I mean, you making a statement. Remember when Vader made a statement and he just beat the shit out of
Yeah,
for I forgot who for like 5 minutes?
it was Tom Zink.
Z-Man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we haven't seen Vader since. So we've
Yeah.
only watched one show since then.
Um. But yeah, no, I'm I'm excited for him, and I really want it to be like I want to see where they go next with the Undertaker. Like, who's he gonna fight next? Like, I
Oh,
want it to
I'm
be like
definitely
a
excited to see more Undertaker.
yeah, like I hope it's like a Macho Man or something. It's like I see this new guy up here. Uh, I don't know. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. What if he wins the Rumble? 91 Rumble. That's what I'm voting for.
Oh man, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. Ooh, imagine Undertaker versus Big Boss Man.
That's actually gonna happen at a Mania down the line.
Oh, really? He's a part of the streak?
Oh yeah, is he ever?
Oh, fuck yeah. That's awesome. I love to hear that. Shout out Big Boss Man. Oh, I got the
Shout out
it
Big
was
Boss
a
Man.
this day in wrestling history the other day, and it was when he stole Big Show's dad's casket.
Damn it, man! You've already had it spoiled. Then
Yeah, you got it. I didn't see it at first, but then it was like today in
did you
wrestling
watch the
history.
segment?
Yeah, of course I did. I was like, it was a
It
Big
was
Show.
great, right? It was great, right?
Yeah, he hits him on the ground and he steals it, and then Big Show gets on the casket and he's fucking
he
on the back of it. Oh my god,
he
bro.
shows with like he shows up with this like gigantic ass truck with a grappling hook and like a speaker.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. Mm-mm-mm. Um,
Yeah, that's that 1999 Boss Man that I tell you about so much.
yeah, I mean, I can't wait for Boss Man to get fully Boss Man.
Oh,
He
dude,
looked
yeah. Wait
cool,
till
and
he
he was
loses his
like,
goddamn mind.
yeah, he looked cool as fuck. He was like an all black army outfit, kind of, or
Yeah, yeah.
cop
He was in
outfit.
like a security guard suit
Yeah,
instead of like like the cop outfit.
Paul Blart without the weight.
Yeah.
Uh,
He kind of looked like a lot of people say he was the forefather to the Shield.
yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Pick him up, let me powerbomb him. That'd have been great. Ooh,
Um,
ah!
but we have the Jake the Snake team interviewed by Mean
And
Gene
they're in the shower.
in the
Yeah,
shower because Damien likes it moist.
I
Uh,
guess so. Is
yeah,
Jake okay, Landon? Is Jake all right?
I don't know. His
I
eyes
heard there's
fucked up.
something. I heard there's something wrong with him. You remember what I was saying about the suspension of disbelief?
Yeah,
Yeah, here we are. Jake Roberts he's blind in one eye because of the arrogance, and one of his eyes are completely discolored.
yeah. It's
I
very
fuck with it,
off-putting
man.
looking.
Whatever.
What did they
Yeah,
use?
whatever. Like it looks cool. Yeah, it's probably just a white contact.
I'm surprised they had that in
Like,
the early '90s.
and if I mean special effects in Hollywood does some crazy shit. And
Yeah.
WWE, as you can tell, they got like celebrity friends out the ass. So of
I
course
mean,
they got
we
access to shit
literally
like that.
watched a movie where they made
Yeah, really, we
glasses
did.
to be able to see
Yeah,
aliens, so I could see it.
yeah, we're gonna watch a lot more too. So
Dude, I can't wait for. We're getting close for
yeah,
another
we
movie.
are. We got quite a road ahead of
Oh,
us. So
we're
we
gonna
got
watch
some
that.
WCW.
What are we gonna watch? We're gonna watch
We got a
that.
main event.
God,
It's that Jesse Ventura movie that you
yeah,
found.
yeah. Axel or something. Axel, Savior of the Universe or some shit.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, hey, this next team, it's Team Rick Martel versus Team Jake the Snake. Shout out Rick Martel. He's the true
Yeah, Rick
face heel.
Martel with probably our favorite moment on podcast
I
history, defeating Tito Santana via submission on the last main event. I'm glad we got to watch that match, by
I
the way,
don't
as
understand
opposed to just
why.
review it.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I don't understand why they're framing Rick Martel as the villain and they put Shawn Michaels and Marty
I,
Jannetty on the hero
I
team.
know, I know. Like when we get to the end of this shit, it's so weird. It should have been 4-on-4 because
Yeah.
Rick Martel should have been on the other. Well, it should have been. It still should have been 5-on-3. It should have been
Yeah, they swapped. I was
Hogan
confused.
Warrior and Rick Martel against Tito Santana and the Visionaries.
Dude, every day I think about doing this, and I am one day, and I'm just gonna sneak it in here for you. Uh, Tito Santana, his cameo, very inexpensive. It's like $18. So constantly I think about ways to send him a video or get him to do it and like
Dude,
send you a video.
a bumper for us.
Yeah, I might actually do that.
You're watching Wrestlepodia,
Yeah.
but don't make him say anything like mean about himself. Like just
No.
hype him up because
Yeah.
we love him. I mean, he's
Yeah, of
just like we just
course.
picked him to be the villain because
What if he's like, "Hey, I'm Tito Santana fuck these guys podcast. They hate me, but you guys should watch and listen or something like that.
I don't know.
Uh,
Something like that, but there's something there.
yeah, it's the visionary team, Rick Martel, the Warlord, Power and Glory, which is Hercules and Paul Roma. With their
I love this tag team,
entrance,
by the way.
Power and Glory is such a cool name.
I fucking love Power and Glory, and it gets weird because I feel like Warlord should be a member. Like I feel like Hercules and Warlord should be the actual fucking tag team. But I'm fucking with Hercules and Paul Roma. I love their finish. It looks so nasty.
With their manager Slick, or that's Warlord's manager actually, but it's against the Viper team, which is Jake Roberts, Jimmy Snuka, who looks completely different,
Completely crazy, by the way.
the Rockers, Shawn Michaels, and Marty Jannetty. The Warlord,
All right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, if he was super jacked. Uh, but yeah, here we go. Shawn Michaels, I'm just so glad. I think 92 is whenever his most famous clip of him uh, kicking
Murdering
Marty
Marty Jannetty
Jannetty.
via barbershop window. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's somewhere in there.
When does the barber shop
It
show start? Probably
the
Monday.
show's been happening already. Like the show exists already.
Oh, okay.
It's just it'll just depend on does this particular segment work better for the babyface talk show or the heel talk show? Because everybody's got a show. There's like there's the Love Shack, and then there's like we have Piper's Pit, and then we have the flower shop with the one. It was Adrian Adonis that had the flower shop, and we had the barber shop with Brutus Beefcake. And then what is it? 6 Feet Under, the Undertaker's podcast.
Dude, I forgot to mention
Dead
earlier.
Man, Dead Man Talking was right there.
Dude, people are
But
mad that WWE partnered with Hulk Hogan's beer company instead of Stone Cold's. That's when they think Stone Cold will never come back.
uh,
Such a sad time.
all that keeps happening in WWE. Like not all that. I'm just I'm being a shithead, but like anytime anytime we have these moments where like some name from the past comes back, I just can't help but look at one of those moments and be like, would have been better if it was Austin.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, The Undertaker's pop was great, and that was awesome. Michael Cole really sells it for everyone, and I love The Undertaker to death. But imagine the glass shattering, bro.
Yeah. Well, I wanted it back at Mania when Undertaker showed up to fight off The
Yeah,
Rock.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I wanted that to be the glass breaking because that's The Rock's enemy, But
I think if they do
anyway,
Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, it has to happen.
I just don't think you're getting Rock. Period. Now.
I don't know. He went on NXT and he was like, The Rock's always 10 steps
Yeah,
ahead.
because his daughter is on that show. And I mean, maybe you're right, but like, maybe they want me to think that he's not doing anything coming out of last night, or not last night, but like the other night's Raw.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm here for the ride. I'm not just gonna like be like, oh, The Rock's not doing anything. Whatever. X. No, bro. Raw's on Netflix on my fucking phone now. So I'm wherever I'm at. I'm watching Raw now. That's awesome.
Hey, dude, we might have some live reactions in the future. What do you
Oh
think?
yeah. Oh dude, my Twitch stream's about to go the fuck off. With how accessible Raw is about to become.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. But yeah, let's get into this match. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, sure.
Start us off.
Um, I really I love the way they went with like you know all of the visionaries making it to the survivor match or whatever
Yeah,
at the end.
it's a
There's,
very quick one, right?
I mean it's 17:42. I mean
Oh,
it's
wow. Never
it's
mind.
honestly the longest match of the whole night, which is weird because you would think clean sweep that it would just kind of be quick. Because when I think of the one clean sweep that I immediately think of, that one was fast. So it definitely wasn't 17:42. But either way,
Yeah,
let's see what
like
we have.
So the
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Rockers, they're double team. They're doing double team moves on the Warlord. Sean, great agility. He's doing some flips. Uh,
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot who did. Warlord was
He
like
like
gonna
flips out of the
sling
hip
him.
toss.
Yeah, yeah, and he does like a front flip out of it. Fucking
Yeah.
crazy, by the way.
And he gets a gigantic monkey flip off of that shit.
Yeah. Um, and then we have Janetti. He comes in, hits a double axe handle off the middle rope. Then he was trying to attack the Warlord some more, but Warlord caught him. Huge ass power slam and eliminates Marty Jannetty first.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Then we have
They do the thing in this match where you would mostly see it in like the tag Survivor Series matches in the years before, where like everyone takes a second to kind of be up on the guy, hit a few strikes, hit something flashy, tag out, so that guy can start getting his ass kicked. He can take something flashy, so he can tag out. You know, where like everybody gets to have a moment where they get to come in and do something. And I've kind of enjoyed watching it when it's not just a bunch of like bumbling around and trying to figure out what the fuck we are. Like these are 8 people that more or less kind of know what they're doing and have this like this particular match kind of figured out by now. We've had the years to fly by the seat of our pants and just work, as they say, and figure something out. Now we've got to flow together, and seeing like these guys kind of do this right here, it was really cool, and it was like it kept the match going. I felt like it got us from the first elimination to the second pretty seamlessly. I
yeah,
would say like it never felt like it was dragging. Like both of us were like, "Whoa, this was the longest match on the card," but we both thought this was the shortest one because they kept a pretty solid pace going the whole time.
yeah, exactly. Uh, I mean, it's just like it is weird that they did the angle of all 4 members, making it throughout the end. That's what I
Yeah,
didn't get about it.
they just wanted to give you peril for the baby faces going into the next 2 matches.
Hmm.
And I mean, and it's never been done before at a Survivor Series, so like yeah, this is a very fucking random group to give it to, but why not? You know, why
Yeah,
not? Because like the Rockers, they don't really win a lot, and even when they do win, we erase it from history because the ring broke and pretend it didn't happen. And like they didn't even beat the fucking Orient Express back at Mania, you know.
yeah,
And Jimmy Snuka, he's not here all the time. I don't know the last time I was like, man, that Snuka single match was awesome. It was always, hey, he had a really good cool showing in the Rumble or the Survivor Series match. And then Jake Roberts always fucking gets counted out or loses. So yeah, why not have all 4 of these guys lose and let the Visionaries get the clean sweep? Plus, Rick Martel's a fucking national hero.
yeah. He is actually. Yeah, and in my eyes, he's up there with George Washington. Uh,
Yeah. And he wouldn't tell a lie, and he would tell us about how awesome Rick Martel is.
dude, fuck yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Marty Jannetty, first one eliminated, and then we go on. We have Shawn Michaels hits a fucking Hurricane on Warlord. Uh,
Yes.
and then Jake Roberts gets tagged in. Uh, Sean's trying to pin Warlord, but he did one of those like, "Oh, I'm just fucking bigger than you, so I'm just gonna fucking kick out, and you're gonna fly out of the
Oh,
ring."
yeah. Yeah, he goes,
Uh,
like, soaring out of the ring. I thought that was kinda hilarious.
yeah, and then they just kick Shawn Michaels' ass for a little bit, uh, and then Rick Martel gets in the ring. He misses Michaels, so Michaels is able to get the hot tag on Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah,
Uh,
some hot tag.
yeah, Jimmy's doing some tag or not tags, but
He
he's
just
doing
he just
some
comes in.
yes hits on him. Uh, then he tries to go for like a crossbody, and Martel rolled through, grabbed his tights, and did like a leverage pin on him to eliminate Jimmy Snuka.
Fuck yeah. I really like that they present Martel as, like, a really good opportunistic heel. Like, he never misses a chance to take a shortcut or to do something shitty. And he gets, like, a pretty good elimination here off of it. Like, because, Snuka was coming in relatively hot, I guess, and it was the hot tag. It was lukewarm as fuck to me though. I felt like he just came in, but like Martel just immediately just rolls him up and pulls his tights.
We're down to 2 versus 4. Uh-oh.
Yep. Sorry, guys. Well,
And
you remember that time where I was like, "Hey, here's where they're like, hey, watch this guy be a really good wrestler for a little while until he eventually has to die." Well, it's Shawn Michaels' turn now.
yeah, he wrestled the fuck out of all 4 of them. Um,
Well, no.
and Hercules hits a superplex, and then
Yep.
Rama went up top, hit a splash. It's like their Power
Yeah.
and Glory like finisher or whatever.
It's the Powerplex. I love
Powerplex.
this. It looks like the timing on it just it looks fucking painful. Because on paper it's a superplex and a top rope splash. Cool, whatever. But they do it with such timing that it looks like the second he lands on that superplex, he's getting hit with the splash. It just looks awesome. Like I'd let that pin me. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, hey, Shawn
Jake is
Michaels.
fucked.
Yeah,
Jake is
4v1.
fucked, by the way. And oh, by the way, one eye for Jake Roberts. It's one
Yeah.
eye against fucking 8 of them.
One eye and he's disordered because everyone's chanting DDT and he forgets how to do it every match. But holy shit,
Every
he just
time.
he just hit one on Warlord, but the referee unfortunately was distracted uh, when the other heels were on the floor. Rick Martel he grabs the arrogance spray, sprays it in Jake's
What was
eyes, but
this?
Jake blocks it. And then when the ref turned back around, Jake got caught with Damien in his hands, and he chased Martel, and the referee counted Jake Roberts out.
Cool.
Yeah, so all
Thanks,
4
Jake. Good
members
job.
survived. Uh,
Yeah. Hey,
that
fuck that
episode.
crowd that was trying so hard to rally behind Jake Roberts to somehow pull out this miracle.
Yeah,
Fuck them. At least they got a DDT.
yeah, might
But,
be
bro,
might be
right
the worst
now,
match.
probably, yeah. Right now, Warrior better fucking pray that Hulk Hogan comes through, dude. Because right now it is Warrior against 5 heels.
I don't know, man. I don't think
Imagine
it's
that.
looking good.
Imagine Hulk Hogan does the dumbass "oops, I got counted out" thing, and then goes on the like the tantrum and gets all of his team eliminated, and then all of what was the natural disasters end up moving on to the match, and it's Warrior versus the Visionaries, the natural disasters, and Ted DiBiase.
That'd be awesome. I would love that. I'd pay for that. Uh, we then have an interview with Hulk Hogan and his team. And Hogan's wanted to dedicate this match to all the people fighting in the Middle East. Uh, and he ends it with Saddam Hussein, what are you going to do when our team of survivors runs wild on you? Uh,
So that implies that Saddam Hussein will be in the next match, and Hogan is expecting that he'll survive. So that way Hogan can see him in the Ultimate Survivor match at the end. But I don't think that's what happens.
yeah,
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the Mania program isn't Piper versus Saddam Hussein. Maybe it's Hulk Hogan. That's the main event. Hulk Hogan versus Saddam Hussein.
yes.
That's fucking groundbreaking. That'll do
Big John
business.
Studd, special guest after he wins his
You're
second Rumble.
after he wins the next Rumble, yeah. You're gonna be like you're gonna wish the main event of WrestleMania 7 was Hogan versus Saddam
Who won
Hussein.
the last Rumble? Hulk Hogan?
Hogan, yeah.
Hogan. Uh, this one's hard. I don't know who can. Maybe I like to see Mr. Perfect win the Rumble. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be fucking awesome.
Him or fuck it, Earthquake. Give Earthquake the win. I'll take it.
Give Earthquake the win, you think? Well, that'd have been quite a concept.
Uh, but yes,
I'm not gonna spoil anything for you though. You're gonna have to deal with it like everybody else did, I guess.
I'm excited for it.
After we got like Starcade
It's arcade. Yeah.
and then the Rumble maybe.
Yes. Have to. Starcade 90 is about to be so awesome. I cannot wait for it. God, I cannot wait for Starcade 90. I gotta know what the Black Scorpion's up to.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of the things I like occasionally just let slip my mind is I gotta watch the payoff for Sting versus Black Scorpion after we finish
Uh,
Survivor Series. I'm excited to watch Starcade though. I've been wanting to watch some WCW.
yeah, we have the team natural disaster, which is Earthquake, Haku, Dino Bravo, and the Barbarian, which you told me is actually the Barbarian that we've seen for a while, which I didn't think
Yeah, I
so.
mean it's the Barbarian.
Yeah,
This was
versus
Earthquake and a Barbarian.
versus the Hulkamaniacs, which is Hulk Hogan and his crew of misfits, Jim Duggan, Big Boss Man, and Tugboat. First time seeing Tugboat for me. I didn't know who the fuck that was. Remember
Yeah,
he
he's
was
here to shock the
injured the
world,
last
baby.
time
Well,
at
yeah, because
Royal Rumble.
didn't Earthquake fuck him up or something?
Yeah, he like hit him with like 38. Earthquake just reminds me of Bronson Reed. I just want to say tsunamis, bro. Um,
Yeah, but they're Earthquakes.
yeah.
He's
Uh,
definitely like the prototype for what Bronson Reed's, like what that style is for that size
exactly.
of a
They
person.
they both hit like he hits his earthquake move 30 times, and Bronson
Yeah.
Reed loves to hit his tsunami about 30 times.
His is off the top though. That's some sick shit. Like
Yeah.
that
That-
looks massive to take,
You want
bro.
to talk
That
about
looks
someone
fucking
who's
wild.
great on Twitter? It's Bronson Reed. There people were saying like Hulk or not Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair is wanting one more match, and he's like, "Do you want to see a dead body?" And it's Ric Flair laying and Bronson Reed doing a tsunami on him. It's so fucking funny, bro. Uh,
That'd be quite a segment.
but yeah, so we started out. It's Duggan and Haku. I'm grateful to see Haku again. I actually love Haku a lot.
Yeah.
Remember when he
Yeah, it was cool.
remember when he fell off his throne? When
Yeah.
fucking Harley Race was mad
It
at
was
him.
hardly a race, yeah.
I think about that sometimes and how far of a fucking fall he had, bro.
And how he's kind of lucky to be alive.
They didn't give a shit in '88, bro. Uh,
No, no, it was different back then. Fucks
Haku
that didn't exist back then. You couldn't give them.
Haku's beating up on Duggan for a little bit, and then Big Boss Man is tagged in. Haku nails a drop kick. But Boss Man comes back and hits the Boss Man slam to eliminate Haku quickly.
Yep,
Right?
cool to see
Probably
Haku for a little bit, huh? Awesome to
like
see Haku back. Yeah,
is. Do you have something that shows like the elimination time? Like I'm thinking like two
yeah, he
minutes. It was quick.
3:15 on
3:15.
Haku. Yeah,
Quick, quick. Uh,
yeah. So it was nice to see Haku.
yeah.
It was
Uh,
short lived.
So the barbarian comes in. Fuck, the barbarian's huge, bro. God damn, like for real
It's a big
huge.
dude.
Yeah. Oh my god. And I can't believe I wrote in my notes our first look at Tugboat and Barbarian in a match. So stupid. Uh, just ignore me.
Hey, interesting note here that Haku and Barbarian are on the same team. When a few years from now in WCW, they will be a tag team. They'll be called the Faces of Fear.
Haku and Barbarian will?
Yeah,
I'm glad to
Haku's
see.
actually going to be like fucking awesome in WCW. He won't get like, you know, top top card like, main event belts and feuds and shit, but like he has some hard hitting matches. Haku's going to be a fucking monster. He'll be known as Meng in WCW. He'll have some really good matches.
The father of Tongaloa. Okay. That's one I wanted to see real quick.
Yes. Yeah, and the other Tamatonga. No, 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 not Tamatonga.
Yeah, just Tongaloa. And there's another
Yeah.
one.
No, yeah, it's his brother, Hikuleu.
Hikuleu, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Not
Who's
Tamatonga.
in New Japan.
Yeah. I can't believe they didn't like just sign him along with him.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, where were we at? We got
Oh,
Haku and not Haku. We got Barbarian and
no,
I
you're
have that
right. You're right. They are brothers.
oh, are they? I
Yeah,
don't know,
his
man.
name's
I
weird. It's his real name's Alpete Fafita, and I had to click on it because yeah, and it says Tamatonga. So yeah, they are brothers,
okay. Cool. I guess that makes sense.
dude. Once we get done with this, I want you to look up Haku's wife's name, and good luck saying that last name. So we have Barbarian comes in, Boss Man big boot to the face. Heenan he gets on the apron, so Boss
Oh my
Man
god.
just fucking sends him
Kaloa
into the.
Matangi.
Oh, his wife.
Yeah, Kaloa Matangi. I really don't know. That's I don't know. I'm just trying to sound it out.
You have to get
All right.
Google
Anyway, back
Translate
to
on
what we were
that
doing.
shit.
My bad.
Oh no, you're good.
No, I'm
Uh,
good.
Boss Man tags Duggan in. Back body drop on the Barbarian by Duggan. Uh, Dino Bravo, he goes after Duggan. Uh, Earthquake is tagged in. Double clothesline with Big Boss Man. Duggan goes for a slam, but that doesn't happen because only Hulk Hogan can slam the Earthquake.
And
Uh,
even he fails at it sometimes.
yeah. Duggan runs to the ropes, but of course Jimmy Hart pulls down the top rope, and Duggan goes out on his ass. And then Duggan gets the 2x4, starts chasing everyone. He hits Earthquake and gets disqualified. Classic Duggan.
Fucking idiot. But yeah, classic Duggan. Classic Duggan. Just can't get pinned. Can't make a pin. So let's get DQ'd.
Or count it out.
Bro, another win for the referee. Another the referee, by the way, is now up to 4, 5, 6, 7 eliminations.
Much
And
deserved.
yeah, for sure. He's working his ass off. Now, how was Bravo or Earthquake not disqualified for Jimmy Hart getting
Yeah.
involved here?
Oh,
I feel like the referee is working with the heels. Well,
is
no, I
this
can't
evil
say
or
that
Earl Hebner?
because it might be because the referee he's not even done for this match, like at all. He's he's got another double kill on his way coming. So where are we
It's
at?
it's
Hogan,
it's it's Hogan
yeah,
time. It's
yeah.
Hogan
Hogan
time.
comes in, slams Earthquake. Earthquake slams Hogan. Bravo gets a few elbows, and then and he's small packaged by Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan has to eliminate Dino Bravo via small package. Excellent. At 7 minutes and 59 seconds.
We had some quick eliminations in this one, man. 3 people already gone before 8 minutes.
Yeah. But then we got Bossman and Earthquake going
Yeah.
at it. Bossman jumps off the fucking top, and Earthquake catches him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hulk Hogan comes over and shoves him over for the pin, and Barbarian breaks it up. Dude, I wish that had been an elimination. That spot was fucking wasted. Just for just to be like interrupted immediately by the Barbarian. That would have been awesome. Like it was so crazy. First of all, that Bossman went to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Then Earthquake caught
Caught
him.
him. A big dude.
And then Hogan shoved him. That shit was so awesome. That would have been an awesome 3 count, dude. That would have been great. But no, we had to ruin it and break it up. Whatever. I don't know. I felt it was. I loved it. I just thought this spot was wasted. And then Bossman gets kicked in the back and he sells that shit like he's been tased. Like kind of dramatic, but okay. But it's just to set up so Earthquake can get the spin. Get the splash and pin Bossman. Um,
Yeah, so
but
Bossman
they
slams our
redo.
Earthquake, but it's 2v2.
Yep. Because now we have Barbarian and Earthquake against Tugboat and Hogan, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Hogan like is kind of he has the upper hand here on Earthquake, so naturally he just kind of tags out.
Yeah.
And also the crowd boos it, which is the opposite of Hogan on Raw. Hogan came out and he's like, "Hey, I'm here, guys." I'm like, "No, boo." Here in '90, Hogan's like, "Hey, I'm gonna let somebody else wrestle." Like, "No, boo, fuck that."
Yeah, and it's like Tugboat finally gets to he gets to do his thing. Yeah, they got or Hogan pulls Earthquake out of the ring. Tugboat follows, and they literally start fighting, and they both get eliminated via countout. So
That
they
referee comes in and says, "I need 2 more
2 more
eliminations." The
kills,
referee is up to 9 now, right?
and now it's Hogan versus Barbarian. And
Yeah,
you can,
Barbarian looks like he's the guy that should be building up to fight Hogan. But whatever. Like,
yeah.
dude, Barbarian looked awesome next to Hogan. This looks like a villain Hogan should be fighting.
Could you imagine if they let Barbarian pin Hogan here?
They wouldn't do that because all that happens here, like the most offense Barbarian gets is when he goes up top, Hogan looks around and sells like he doesn't know where he went. Like that's the most he kind of got here. Because after this, he just hulks up and wins,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it
Yep.
was like right here.
And yep, Hulk Hogan wins. He did his finger wag and big boot and a leg drop to win. So Hogan moves on to the main event.
Yeah, thankfully for the Warrior, Hulk Hogan will be there to help him.
Yeah, some post match
Um,
things. Hogan
okay.
punches Heenan, and then he threw him in the corner, and Heenan did the Ric Flair bump out to the floor. And then he posed because he has to pose after every match. It's in his contract for at least 38 seconds after the match. Um,
Yeah. We have to at least get to the guitar solo of Real American.
yeah, yeah.
Like if you're still hearing words, you stay out there. He can't come to the back yet. We have to get back to like the fourth or fifth repetition of that. If you hurt my friends, we like if you've only heard that once or twice, keep posing, keep posing.
A real American.
So about this match, I'll say I appreciate that the match never dragged. I know that's like always kind of a go-to statement I have about matches, but matches not dragging is really fucking awesome. It makes it really easy to watch. But dude, I can't do this count out shit anymore. I'm so fucking done. Um, like it's fine if we have to do it with Tugboat and Earthquake, and it's fine if we have to do it with LOD or LOD and Demolition. But holy fuck, man, can we not do 50 double countouts a show? Like, can we not do the same eliminations in every single Survivor Series match, man? Like, let's think of other creative ways to get these people eliminated, or don't put them in matches where they have to be eliminated. That simple, really. I mean, like listen to me, armchair booking in the '90s, you know. Um, Duggan still not getting pinned is now more of a meme than an attempt at protecting him. Like it's just funny now. I'm not even annoyed with it anymore. It's just like, oh yeah, this is the Duggan thing. This is what he does. He doesn't actually get to see finishes. He just like mocks them in my face. Um, but that's why he's not getting higher on the card. That's why he's Hulk Hogan's friend in the Hulkamaniacs because he doesn't win matches. He hits people with 2x4s and doesn't get pinned, but he also never wins. So like, there's nothing you can do with that. I don't think. But this was still far from the worst Survivor Series match. Like this is better than the previous match. I thought better than most of the Survivor Series matches in the first few years. So I'm good with this match. It was 14 minutes 49 seconds. Cool. That means it wasn't 25 or 30, and I'll take that.
uh, so after the match, we get a Randy Savage interview. He's not a part of any team today, but he wants to
This
ensure.
shit was great, by the way.
Yeah, he wants to assure the world and Mean Gene that he will be going after the Ultimate Warrior so that he'll reclaim his World Heavyweight Championship. And he's basically saying like, "Hey, I'm fucking Randy Savage. I'm the greatest superstar to ever set foot in this fucking ring. So don't ever fucking bet against me."
Yeah, wasn't this hyping up the main event that we had already watched?
Yes.
Yeah, our bad, guys.
Uh, but yeah, so then we then get an interview from Sergeant Slaughter. Which it's weird because they interview him while his entrance music is going on.
Yeah,
Uh,
just a long drum roll.
he kind of stops them at like literally the top of the ramp, and he's
Yeah,
basically just
and he
bashing
growls.
America, and he's talking about Middle East and
I
uh,
couldn't understand what he was saying, but behind like the drum roll sound and just the way he spoke in general, like the growl in his voice. I could not understand a fucking word he was saying. I assume it's probably supposed to be like offensive as fuck. If I'm a red-blooded, diehard American who's eating turkey while I'm watching this or whatever the fuck he thinks I'm doing, um, I'm sure it's supposed to be offensive, but like I didn't understand a fucking thing that was going on.
Yeah, very, 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 very weird. Uh, so yeah, this next match though, man, do we have a doozy for you? We have the Mercenaries, which is Sergeant Slaughter, Boris Zukov, and the Orient Express, which is Sato and Tanaka, uh, versus the Alliance, who is Nikolai Volkov. I mean, sorry, that's my king. Snake in the Grass, Tito Santana, and the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch.
Yeah, some alliance. This is definitely an alliance. It's
Yeah,
the combination of people for sure.
they're like, let's just fucking put the most random people on a team together.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Who's left? Who isn't on a Survivor Series team yet? We
No.
got
They're like, no, we can't do the
Nikolai,
bad
the
news gimmick.
Bushwhackers.
We can't do the bad news gimmick 4 years in a row, so we'll switch it up this time. Uh, literally
Man,
can't.
seeing Boris and Nikolai Volkov on opposite sides here, was that not a little
It
sad for you?
sucks. Hey, but my guy Boris is built though.
Yeah, and you can tell for 48 seconds,
Yeah,
flying
unfortunately.
forearm, he's out of there.
Yep. He's eliminated by Tito Santana of all people. No way Tito
Yeah,
will have a big impact on this match. I will not allow it.
no,
Uh
he won't.
so then we
Dude,
have
Boris spent more time listening to a drum roll and a shitty anti-America speech than he actually had in the match.
mm-hmm. Like literally it was like 3 minutes. I think I wrote it down.
He, dude, that speech was so long, and then Boris Zukov was eliminated in 48 seconds.
Yeah. And then we have Tonka gets tagged in, or Tanaka, my bad. Uh,
Tonka,
Tonka truck, yeah. Sorry, Tanaka. He's
not
tagged
Tanaka
in.
truck.
Uh, he hits Sato, or is it Sato? Right, I said it right.
Sato, I guess.
Uh, on
I've been
accident.
saying Sato.
He
Yeah,
accidentally kicks him on accident because Tito moves out of the way. Butch hits him with a shoulder tackle, and then the Bushwhackers, of course, did their battering ram and pin Sato, who's eliminated by Butch.
in a minute 46, man. Not even a
Yeah,
full minute after Boris was out, and
yeah,
not even 30 seconds almost
yeah.
after this happens.
Tanaka hits Bush or Butch with a move. Um, we totally missed, by the way. Butch just on the ground. The camera doesn't point over to it. Uh, and then Tanaka, he misses a splash. Tito Santana gets tagged in and hits another flying forearm to eliminate him. So it's a 4v1 again. It's Sergeant Slaughter versus the whole alliance. Uh, Slaughter, he
Yeah, it's
gets in
starting
the
to look bad
ring.
for that babyface team. Imagine if Tito wins here and gets a whole team in, and now it's going to be 9-on-2 because Tito's the heel.
Yeah, yeah,
That,
for
that
real.
joke, yeah.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, I don't, in my eyes, Sergeant's the good guy, and he's fucking bashing America right now. Uh,
Okay, I want to know if you had the same thought I had about this match. The first 2 minutes and 13 seconds of this match, I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, awesome! Whoa!" It was like really fast paced. You get the quick eliminations, and then when this match became about Sergeant Slaughter, all the momentum was just gone. Like this shit came to a screeching halt.
oh, it does, and I'm gonna bring it up right now. He's fighting Nikola Volkov in the ring, and he hits about 38 elbows on him. The
Yeah,
slowest elbows of all time. Uh,
he is taking his time while he has four motherfuckers he has to fight. Like I get that that's his heat and that's the way he does heat and it's whatever, but it is so goddamn out of place right here.
yeah, and he literally, he does a drop kick on Volkov, and then does another elbow drop, and Slaughter pins him.
Yeah.
So
He
now,
does
yeah,
like a series of really shitty and boring eliminations. Like I am not I do not enjoy Sergeant Slaughter. Like, let me just go ahead and say that. From the
Yeah,
little
and
bit that we've seen of Sergeant
I don't
Slaughter,
understand
I
why
do
they're
not enjoy him.
like he's an older dude. I don't
It's
understand why they're
it's
hyping him up
because
right now.
it's because of the political climate right now.
Okay. Um,
100%. Without the like the Desert Storm or whatever, Desert Shield you said,
this
without
motherfucker.
that happening, this dude is where earthquakes getting built up to be the guy that does this. If that didn't happen, like that whatever that was that caused the world to be in such a state where Sergeant Slaughter was the easy go-to heel. He is not in this spot. This is Barbarian, or this is the Undertaker, or this is Earthquake. Uh,
Hey, that
so
motherfucker better not win the Rumble. I'll be pissed.
oh well, let me go ahead and tell you that Sergeant Slaughter will not win the Rumble.
Good, thank
And
God.
if you think that that's the biggest problem you have, if you think the biggest worry was Sergeant Slaughter winning the Rumble, oh man,
No, my other one would be Hulk Hogan winning the Royal Rumble. But we have so the Bushwhacker. It's Luke, I think, is the one. I get confused. Bushwhackers. They're in. They do like a double body slam on Slaughter. Um, and then they do a double clothesline on him. Yeah, it is Luke because I mentioned him again. Luke hits like this elbow on Slaughter. Luke goes up the top rope. He goes for a splash, and Slaughter gets his knees up.
it never works, man.
Nope.
You
Uh,
have to be Ricky Steamboat for it to work,
and then
and even then, it's a toss up.
he hits a gut buster, and he eliminates Luke. And instantly,
Awesome.
Butch goes after Slaughter with punches, and Slaughter basically throws him to a turnbuckle and then a clothesline and pins him.
Yep.
uh, yeah, so
Awesome.
we have
Yay. Just like that, Sergeant Slaughter sucked all the fun out of the match we were having.
yeah,
Awesome. Cool. I
Tito.
think his offense also fucking sucks. Like, nothing about anything Sergeant Slaughter did looked like it hurt. It looked like an old man playing wrestling with his kids, like with his grandkids.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
like he was not. That shit did not look like it hurt.
That's such a great perspective you just put on it. I love that. Uh,
Uh, but if you wanted to see more flying forearms, don't worry. Tito Santana's back.
yeah. So he went up top and he hits a flying forearm to knock down Slaughter. And then Slaughter gets blocks one of Tito's moves. Uh, then fucking Sergeant Slaughter hits a neck breaker. Uh, and then a back breaker. No pinfall. Uh, and then Sergeant Slaughter sends Tito into the ropes, and the ref he gets bumped, so he's out for the count right now. And then Tito he nails his flying forearm. Uh, and then I don't know his name, but Sergeant Slaughter's manager goes into the ring. He hits
General
Tito.
Adnan.
Adnan. Okay. He hits Tito in the back of the head with his Iraq flag, and then Slaughter puts him in the camel clutch. And it looks like, our guy, not our guy, your guy, no, actually, fuck him. Sergeant Slaughter wins the match. But the
Yeah,
outside
he thinks he
referee,
does.
the one time the
Yeah, but
outside
he's a
referee
stupid
actually freaking
turncoat.
works,
Yeah, yeah.
he
The finally,
he goes in the ring and he's like, "No, bro, they used the flag, dog." And
actually, the ref's gonna get one more elimination real quick.
Tito Santana wins the match for his team and moves on to the final of all people.
Yeah, so now it's the Visionaries, Ted DiBiase, and Tito Santana against Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. What are we gonna do?
6v2, bro.
6v2, man. I can't believe this shit. And
God,
it's bullshit that the biggest hero of the company, Rick Martel, is on the bad guy team. I don't get it.
me
It's
either.
strange how they went about this. Like, I
Uh,
don't know. I'll never understand how they booked this shit.
and then we
And
get
then
we get these 5 remaining heel promo. Ted DiBiase, Rick Martel, Hercules, Paul Roma, and Warlord. Uh, Ted's like, I'm assuring you all that we're all gonna survive this next match too. I'm Ted DiBiase. Uh, but yeah, here we go. What we've all been waiting for, Cameron. Uh, Mean Gene
what? What is in this egg?
We're at him. The egg's hatching, and Mean Gene utters these words. It's the dreaded gobbledygooker.
Don't tell me you're the gobbledygooker.
Uh,
Do you know who's in the turkey suit right
no
now?
clue. No clue.
It's Hector Guerrero,
Who is?
the brother of Eddie Guerrero,
Oh,
uncle of
okay.
Chavo,
Ooh,
Chavo Jr.
Chavo.
That's why he can flip and do cartwheels and do all the,
Gotcha.
athletic,
I
fun,
was
agile
hoping
shit
it
that
was going
Gene's
to
pretending he
be.
can't do.
I was hoping it was gonna be Ric Flair, as I told you the other day.
I want you to fucking imagine a world where that fucking egg hatched, and out of that egg came Ric Flair in an expensive suit, wooing
That'd have been awesome.
as he struts out of the egg. Bro, I know. Apparently, there's a story that night Undertaker was terrified that like the egg was him. Like, or when he signed, he thought that he was gonna be debuting coming out the egg. He's like, if I come out the egg, I am fucked. Uh, no, it's just a chicken or a turkey. Things that you would already expect out of an egg.
The
Like,
gobbledygooker.
what? I want to know if this was always the plan. Like, was it always? No, it's gonna be a chicken or it's gonna be a turkey. He's gonna dance with Gene. People are gonna love it. Or were they like, or did they have something big lined up and it fell through, or they want it to be something else and it didn't pan out the way they wanted? Like, what happened here? How did I land on this? Like, why did I have to watch this right here? Because like this this was one of those moments that are so historic, and it's not historic because they're like, and then the egg hatched and the gobbledygooker came out and he danced with Gene and it was a great time. It's always like, yeah, the fucking egg hatched and then the gobbledygooker came out and we all laughed and ridiculed it for 30 years. And all we've done is talk about how bad and stupid this segment was. This is one of the great blunders of our time for sure. And the crowd agrees because they are booing the fuck out of this.
Yeah. Thank God it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and thank
Oof.
God it's not Ric Flair.
Uh,
Not that Ric Flair in WWE wouldn't be amazing. It would be, but not coming out of an egg.
I wish it was my guy, Bad News Brown.
What if it had been the Black Scorpion?
I went fucking crazy. How is he show hopping like that? Or what if they did
Yeah,
like the
he's
fucking
magic.
the gray scorpion? They just fucked with the gray spider.
Yeah, or yeah, had to be something like that, or because like Sting being like a scorpion thing, that's why they're like Black Scorpion, because the idea is supposed to be he's from Sting's past or some shit. So it had to be something with Warrior, right? Like if he's
Oh yeah.
the Black Warrior or something like that. Yeah, the Gray Warrior, the Evil Warrior.
The gray champion. Uh but yeah, main event time, you ready?
Yeah, sure.
It's the grand finale match of survival is what they called it.
I had a funny note that I wrote that Mooney is with two baby faces the crowd is depending on, and Tito Santana.
Oh yeah, my bad. I totally glossed over their interview, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They
And then I also put that weird they put Santana on the babyface team.
yeah.
Odd.
Me too. I wrote it twice. I was like, why is he over there? Why is he getting pinned by the good guys? Uh yeah, so it's team Ted DiBiase, Rick Martel, the Warlord, and then Power and Glory versus Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, and Tito Santana.
um I have a few little notes here before this match starts.
Okay.
Did you notice that Roma during his entrance, a fan like grabs his shirt and he was like so close to fucking this dude up.
Yes, I
Like
think I should write that down.
he he almost like turned and grabbed this dude. Um and I spotted this sign because I always love to spot hilarious signs. I spotted the Russian ass Asians.
Yes.
Uh, this one says, "Yo, homie!" with an exclamation point. Hogan kicks dot 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 dot. That's it. Out of finishers, kicks out at one. Could be anything. Could be anything.
Kicks out at.
Anyway, Hogan kicks. I'm assuming it's to be ass, but you know, I
Yeah.
just thought it was a hilarious sign. Somebody made this, looked at it, and was like, "Yeah, I'm bringing this. This is it. This is the sign right here. Yo, homie, Hogan kicks." Yeah,
Yeah, and they're telling their friends, "Holy shit, dude, this is about to go so hard for us."
my sign made it on Survivor Series. Yeah, it was right after the fucking egg. It was easy. Everybody else that had signs left because the egg sent them home.
Oh god.
It's
Yeah.
actually not true because the crowd is like still hot as fuck for some reason to see like these baby faces again. I don't get it because they've already seen these people and they've already watched like 5 matches like this, and they're just like, "Oh hell yeah, Hogan Warrior, give me more of that shit, please." And Tito too, I guess.
Uh,
By the way,
yeah.
love how quick Tito is gone. Like love how quick they got him out of there.
Yeah, the world is back to justice. Warlord punches Santana. Hogan punched Warlord. Santana nailed a flying forearm on Warlord. Uh,
Another one.
yep. Uh, but Santana, he's pinned he pins Warlord, and he eliminates him 1, 2, 3, and then Roma he nails a power slam on Tito Santana, and then Ted DiBiase goes in there. Santana's kind of kicking his ass for a second, but then DiBiase kind of reverses a forearm, and then DiBiase with a stun gun on the ropes to eliminate
Hell
Tito
yeah, there you
Santana.
go. Nice name drop in there.
Thank you.
Because I remember a day where I called that the stun gun, and you were like, "What was that? What was that called?" And look, here you are calling it stun gun. I'm so proud of you.
This is not a long match, right? What's the time on it?
No, it's like 9 minutes. I could tell that they were just kind of gonna go like straight to it from the jump when Santana drops Warlord in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Didn't Warlord beat the shit out of Santana not that long ago? Uh, in like it was on like SummerSlam or something.
I think so.
Or
Yeah.
maybe even Mania. Like the Warlord like basically jobbed Santana out, and here we are. Santana just gets a flying forearm and pins him.
Yeah. Let's forget what
Uh,
happened last year or beginning of the
so
year.
we get to the part where the heels are pounding away on Hogan, and every time they tag in Hercules, Piper goes, "Oh, that's smart. They're tagging in the most powerful member of the team."
Yeah.
Every time they tag, like anytime he gets tagged in, there's like most powerful member. It's a smart move. Now they're tagging in the most powerful member of the team. Here comes Hercules, the most powerful member of the team. I get the feeling that he's the most powerful member of the heel team right now. Makes sense him being in power and glory. So that implies to me that Paul Roma is the most glorious member of his team.
Mmm. I like that.
Well, Rick
Wait a
Martel is
second.
obviously like the most handsome member of his team.
Where's
He's
Rick
and
Rude?
definitely the most arrogant.
Where's Rick
I'll be
Rude?
honest with you. Some people just don't need to be getting pinned, and I think Rick Rude kind of. Honestly, if you're not debuting Undertaker, that probably would have been the best team for him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Uh.
And he could have even had the same fucking interaction. Like he could have eliminated Coca Beware, and then he could have got DQ'd chasing off Dusty Rhodes. Like he could have had the same exact interaction. He's totally interchangeable right there.
Uh. But Hogan nails Roma with a clothesline to eliminate him. Three v
I
two.
think I wrote that he did an axe bomber just because like that's Hogan's other like move where he kind of like a clothesline that he does. But yeah, he gets him with that.
Yeah, clotheslines the shit out of him. Uh. Hogan tags in Ultimate Warrior. Uh,
Now they're dealing with Hogan and Warrior who are hulking up. Like now the heels actually have no fucking chance. Like, it's gone.
so Hogan, not Hogan, but Warrior, does two body slams on Rick Martel, and then he tags Hogan back in, boot to the face, and then a clothesline, and that sent Martel to the floor, and Rick Martel's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here," and just gets
Yep.
counted out.
11 eliminations for the referees tonight.
Uh, so now it's Hogan and Warrior versus DiBiase and Hercules. We get a corner clothesline by Hogan on DiBiase, a big boot to the face uh, to DiBiase by Hogan, and then a leg drop, and Hogan eliminates Ted DiBiase. So now we have the strongest member versus two beefy dudes on the other team. Uh, Hogan slams Hercules and then tagged in Warrior, and then Warrior's like, "Thank God I finally get to eliminate someone, you asshole." Uh,
Yeah.
and he hits his
I want to do moves too.
he does his clotheslines and shoulder block, and then hits a splash, and then that's it.
Yep.
Hercules eliminated by Ultimate Warrior. Team faces win.
Yep. Honestly, this wasn't bad. I thought this was fun. It's a great little like fun go home segment for the crowd, like crowd service. Just you get to see your main two baby faces come back, basically beat the fuck out of all the heels that you hate, and then get to Hulk up and do all their moves and all that shit, and get to have the big win. It's cool. Um, triumphing over the heels and all that. Survivor only match at the end is a strange twist, but I feel like the way they did this when it worked.
What do you Let's go ahead and get into our finish. You can start us off. What do you think about the whole Survivor Series 1990
Well,
experience?
I think that this was the best Survivor Series so far, and I don't think it was even fucking close. The fact that like I finished watching this and I didn't hate that I just had to just sit down through that. Like I enjoyed the Survivor Series actually. It was easy to watch, nothing dragged. Separating the tag teams into other matches was such a massive choice, dude. It was so clutch. It was such a great idea. And it was, oh my god, that was my favorite part of this show, was that the tag teams were split up and not in one match. I believe they did that the way I did that they did the same way last year, but this just kind of worked better. And now like having a year to be like, maybe I only liked last year better because they didn't do it is absolutely that. Is I have another year to confirm it, to be like, yes, the I hope we never see the tag team Survivor Series match ever again. I hope we never see that shit. This is the way to go. This I don't even I will take every Survivor Series having the Survivor only main event if it means that they will never do the tag team only Survivor Series matches ever again. I'll take that shit. Anyway, um all the promos were great. All the matches, pretty good. The Undertaker debut, I thought was cool, although I feel like it could have been better. And I do think it's very romanticized, but it's just because we know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Um, but like and it only doesn't look as awesome as everyone remembers it as because it's just that the character isn't fleshed out yet. And as I mentioned, the Survivor only match was really fucking crippling in being able to establish the Undertaker, because I feel like the way to go with this was the Undertaker pins all four of them. Whether or not any of the heels are eliminated before the Undertaker gets in, I don't give a fuck. I feel like Undertaker should have been standing tall and running through everybody, because clearly that's what they want him to be able to do. But Survivor Series main event, and this dude isn't losing to Hogan and Warrior yet. Whatever. I gave this 3.5 out of 5, which is pretty high for Survivor Series, I think. I thought this was a pretty good show. And it makes me a little more excited to see the Royal Rumble, even though I know what's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. And I'm not excited to see it.
I am. Bad News Brown finally gets what he deserves, a Rumble
Yeah.
win.
God,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man. I just hope Bad News Brown is there. You know?
Yeah, me too. I might need you to look up the participants real quick while I'm about to say what I think. Uh, So yeah, I think 3.5 is a great score. I think I'm gonna go with 3.5. King Kong Bundy's out of five. Uh, I
Hey,
mean,
Bad News
you.
Brown's not in the Rumble, by the way.
All right, we will skip the Rumble 91. Uh,
Well, that's not what we're watching next anyway. By the way, my match of the night, Perfect Team and Ultimate Warriors.
okay.
I honestly I don't think any match really came close to that, and I don't really count the main event Survivors only match or whatever,
Hmm.
because that was just like that was the that was the equivalent of like when you go to a Raw, and after they've stopped showing what's gonna be airing on, I guess now Netflix, when it's just for the people in attendance and it's babyface A and babyface B against random heel team. Babyfaces win. Yay, let's all go home happy. That's essentially what this was, you know?
Yeah.
Um, Performer of the night, I gave to Ted DiBiase. For multiple great promos, two great performances in separate matches. He also gets the promo of the night. And then the segment and moment of the night for me was just the Undertaker debut. Um, it's just kind of what Survivor Series 90 is, and one of the things it's always going to be known for, and that's definitely what I'm going to remember it for the most, because we're going to go on to review so many of these things, and we're going to be like, what was the card on Survivor Series 90? Oh yeah, that was the one with the Survivor only main event. But we will never question what Survivor Series did Undertaker debut on. We will never question that shit. We will always remember that Survivor Series 90 was the Undertaker debut. And that, for me, is why it's the segment and moment of the night. That is all I got for Survivor Series 1990. You still there?
Yeah, sorry. I coughed. I didn't know I was still muted. I was kind of ranting there for a second. Uh,
Oh, man. Rant away, Ranty.
so yeah, so 3.5 out of 5 for me too. Um, King Kong Bundy's, of course. Gotta respect the goat. Uh, yeah, I mean, no brainer. Match of the night: Ultimate Warriors versus Mr. Perfect's team. The part where Mr. Perfect is calling out Texas Tornado because realistically he didn't want to fight the Ultimate Warrior at this point is just so good to me. The MVP of the night, I'm gonna give it to the refs. They had 11 eliminations, right?
Yeah, dude, they're
Uh,
putting in work.
Shout out the Hebners and Dan Spivey's or Dangerous Danny, whatever the fuck his name was.
what,
Uh,
what the fuck? Who? So
the
your referees were Danny Davis,
Danny
Joey
Davis.
Morella, Mike Chioda, Earl Hebner, and Shane Stevens.
Yeah, shout out to all those guys.
All of
Um,
those collectively 11 eliminations between them.
my LVP is Grandpa Slaughter. Uh, can't wait
Yeah,
till
if I
you're
if I
done.
gave out an award for that, yeah, give that shit to him.
Promo of the night. What I thought made me laugh the most was the initial when the Team Vipers, when I first saw them and realized they were in the shower, and the LOL I let out. I'm gonna give it to that one. Uh,
Yeah, why were they in the shower?
Also, bad outfit of the night. Jimmy Snuka's whole appearance. He just literally changed everything, and it threw me off. It's kind of
Yeah, he
like
was like
whenever,
95% hair.
like if you were to cut your hair and you would have very short hair, it would throw me off a lot, and I would have given
Yeah,
you LVP.
he definitely didn't do that. Like he had plenty of hair. He had nothing but hair.
Yeah. And then I want to say, yeah, honestly, this is okay. How I look at it as we have two of the biggest stars in wrestling right now in the world, Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. The culmination
Yeah,
throughout the night of, leading their teams as a sole survivor and then coming back and winning at
yeah.
the end.
I had to get Tito Santana out of the way first, though.
Yeah, we'll send him out to get slaughtered. We'll rest up a little bit. Oh my God, it's so funny. God damn it, Tito Santana. Uh, yeah, I mean, literally two of the biggest stars on the planet right now, and you have them, in their winning moment. I hate that every time we see someone who's an A-plus talent up there with Hulk Hogan. They have to be right next to Hulk Hogan as well. Just like when we saw the Randy Savage year, and them two winning all their matches. Of course,
Yeah,
right
Hogan's got
next
to
to
share the
him is
spotlight.
Hogan. Right next to him, man. Oh, thank God for yelling at my good friend Ultimate Warrior, but make sure I'm here too, guys. Like, oh, why are you like? And I bet on Raw it was actually supposed to be Jimmy Hart's promo, but they were like, "Hey, Hulk Hogan, go out there with him," and that's why he got fucking booed. But
That's why he got booed.
it's whatever.
Yeah, nothing that he nothing he may have done anywhere else. Yeah.
If Hogan wins the next 5 pay-per-views, then the main event, I'm gonna be pissed off. Uh, but it's whatever at the end of the day. Let's push someone else. Mr. Perfect deserves like at least a WWF title shot. That'd be cool. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't fucking know. Prediction. Uh, my prediction is Dino Bravo wins the Royal Rumble.
That's a yeah, okay. That's a good yeah, that's a good guess. Dino Bravo wins the Royal Rumble.
Yep. All right. Uh, yeah, that's it for us, Cameron.
That was
You have
a
anything
that
you
was a
wanted to?
hilarious rant right there about about Hulk Hogan. That was hilarious, man.
I can't
All
stand
right,
Hulk
well,
Hogan.
next week, yeah, it's worn off, hasn't it? Like I
It's
liked his
bad.
matches at first, and then like, goddamn, I think by the end of WrestleMania, when he beat Savage, I was done, bro. I
Yeah.
I liked WrestleMania 4. I liked I liked all that shit, but that wasn't Hogan. The last time I liked Hogan, like liked him, like was like, oh my god, this guy's great. Was WrestleMania 3. I really did like his match at WrestleMania 6, but I was so fucking done with Hogan by then.
Yep.
But next week, we are going to learn the thrilling conclusion of WCW's most perplexing rivalry, where Sting will be confronted by the enemy of his past in the Black Scorpion. And that's going to happen in a steel cage, as well as Lex Luger will be challenging Stan Hansen to try to reclaim his NWA United States Championship in a Texas Lariat match. I have no idea what the fuck that is, but perhaps it's cool. Perhaps they'll beat the living piss out of each other. We'll have Doom versus Arn Anderson and Barry Windham in a street fight. You remember how we wanted more tornado tag
Yep.
matches and shit like
Yep.
that? We're getting it, buddy. We're getting it. And then of course some not title, but like some fucking tag tournament that involves a fuck ton of people, including the original Rey Mysterio, uncle of Rey Mysterio Jr., tagging
What?
with Conan of all
Really?
people. We'll also be seeing Norman Smiley. We'll be seeing Michael Wall Street. That'd be cool. The Red Rooster will make an appearance. Terry Taylor will be there. Tommy Rich and Ricky Morton, one of our favorite tag teams. The Fabulous Freebirds, one of our actual favorite tag teams. The Steiner Brothers, of course. The Great Muta is in this tournament. And none of the matches look painfully long. In fact, they're all under 10 minutes, with the exception of a few that don't even hit 11. And the main event itself is 18 and a half minutes. So it's honestly probably not going to be that rough of a watch. If you don't count looking at the
It's
Black
3 hours
Scorpion.
long.
Holy shit! Never mind. I guess I'll clear an entire fucking day aside, and I
Also,
guess I know
I
what I'm
was
doing.
I was scrolling through the seasons and I clicked on season 4 and we have to
Huh?
watch this. It's we only I only want to watch one match. It's Starcade 86. The Road
Okay.
Warriors versus Midnight Express in a scaffold match.
Yeah, that's the one where Jim Cornette got fucked up.
Yeah, we should just watch that match one day. I'll put that on the review side.
Man, if I had thought about it, I would have. If I had like known you'd have been into this kind of like the WCW shit, I would have had us watching Starcades like earlier. Like we'd have had a Starrcade right after the first WrestleMania because Starrcade '85 is really good. Starrcade '83 is really good too.
Yeah, Yep, Ric Flair versus Harley Race, and then with Roddy Piper versus Greg Valentine on '83.
Is that not like the dog collar match or some shit?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Ric
I
Flair
feel like there
versus
was like
Dusty
a
Rhodes. Uh, Joe Frazier, special guest referee. Starrcade
that's right, that's right.
'95, Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes. Starrcade '86 was the Road Warriors Midnight Express. '87 was Ric Flair faces Ronnie Garvin. And then '88 we watched, and '87 we didn't.
Yeah. Greg Valentine and Roddy Piper is a dog collar match from Starrcade '83.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's like pretty highly regarded match there. Anyway, that's next week. We'll be on Starrcade '90. That'll finish up
The '90s.
1990.
Yeah.
Starrcade '90, by the way, takes place 6 days after Cameron Keast, myself, will be born.
Do you remember it? You remember watching it live?
No, not quite. I do remember. I do remember coming out of the womb, excited to know who the Black Scorpion was, though.
Dude, you're older than the reveal of Black Scorpion.
Yeah, I sure am. And then after that, we head to '91 with the Royal Rumble. We have a Wrestle War featuring a War Games. There will be, I'm pretty sure, another main event before we get to WrestleMania. Plenty of stuff coming up. But first, plugs and all that cool shit. Obviously, you
Go to
should be following
Wrestlepodia
Wrestlepodia
everywhere on every platform.
everywhere, everywhere. And I think I've given us plenty of nice little bits that we can make some nice shorts with.
Hmm.
So follow us on all of that. I don't know how those numbers are doing, but I bet it would be a lot cooler if they were going up.
Hmm.
Uh, if fans of wrestling and you wanna see some more wrestling and follow some that's not quite the global scale of WWE, but a nice little intimate, independent setting with some let me just say some WWE world class level passion that is coming out of the Pro South locker room these days. Pro South Wrestling live on YouTube every Friday at 7:30 Central, every Friday. And also you can join our members only, where you can get like members only matches and other things like that. Uh, Pro South Wrestling featuring me, myself. Already since the last time we talked, Landon, I have won and lost the Pro South Championship.
Yeah, sadly,
The
unfortunately.
yeah, the wrestling gods giveth and they taketh away, and to take it away came in the form of a bitch face asshole on the commission that made me defend my belt impromptu and screwed me out of it. But it's okay because one day I'm going to get my hands on him and kick his ass for everybody. But in a much more lighthearted note and approach to things, there's Jetstream Cam over on Twitch where I'm now an affiliate. And man, things are about to change.
It is
There's about to
tremendously.
be plenty more Jetstream Cam streams coming. Things might actually start to look official and be at a time where people might actually be awake and want to watch it. I promise you it's going to be a fun time, so you're not going to want to miss that. Follow Jetstream Cam on Twitch.
Yep.
Following right now is more than enough,
Yep.
because right now I'm gonna build a community and a brand and a stream that one day you are all gonna wish that you could subscribe to. And the thing is, you can, and I'm gonna give you a reason to. You just gotta give me some time. But until then, go ahead and subscribe to Joblin Junction, because that's my other video game venture over on YouTube, where me and some of my friends play various video games. Some of the stream clips and highlights from the Jetstream Cam thing will show up on that channel, or vice versa even. But that's where we're having a lot of fun too. Joblin Junction, Mario Party. We got a whole series going on with that, where we're tracking who gets the most stars from all of the boards in the original Mario Party. And we're playing a bunch of other things, such as we're a few episodes in on a play through of Wolf Among Us. We're playing this old game called Space Station Silicon Valley, a hidden gem on the N64. Some other things as well as like Devour, Lethal Company, fun stuff like that. And I bet pretty soon on both Jetstream Cam and Joplin Junction, we'll probably be seeing some WWE 2K25 whenever that were to come out. Lots of fun things coming out in the Cam pipeline in 2025. It's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a great and fun year. 2024 was one of the best years I've ever had creatively in terms of like just content that I got to put out between this podcast, the YouTube channel, the Twitch stream, all that fun shit. It's definitely the best year I had in wrestling. So I'm gonna make 2025 even fucking better, and I can't wait for everybody, Landon you included, to be along for the ride,
Dude,
to help me
I'm
create
gonna
some
help
fun
you out
memories.
every day,
I can't
man.
wait.
It's gonna be so good. I already know. I'm already thinking about 30 things that we can do. Play,
I'm
watch, review. I'm excited.
absolutely. I I am so excited for 2025. I have like a lot of high hopes for it, and I'm very passionate about everything that I have coming out, that I have coming up, and that I'm going to be working on. And I just I am so excited to put everything I have into these things and see what I can get out of them. And like I said, it's going to be great to have everybody along for the ride. So all of those things, Wrestlepodia, Jetstream Cam, Joplin Junction, Pro South Wrestling, follow all of that. Keep up with all the great cam tent that's going to happen in 2025.
God, what a great line.
All right. I'm man, I'm jazzed up now, man. I'm excited.
I'm
Great year.
about
It's
to
gonna be a
run
great
through a
year.
fucking brick wall, bro. I'd run through a brick wall for you, bro. Fuck them.
And hopefully
2025 is our year.
Hopefully WrestleMania 7 doesn't fucking ruin all that.
Triple H owes you and I tickets to WrestleMania 41 for us reviving half their fucking content today. All right,
Yeah.
and we're out of here.